people of the internet, welcome to Modern Day Debate. Tonight we are debating the flat earth versus the globe earth, and we are starting right now. So I am Kaz, host of the Atheist Edge. Tonight we are joined by Jon Zherka and Witsit on the flat earth side, and then they're going to be opposing Ozien and Von Zoom on the globe side. They're each going to have 6 minutes for their opening statements. I believe that the globe is going first, so Ozien, I believe you are going to be the first one on the globe side. So at your first word, I will start your timer, and the floor is all yours.
If you don't know who I am, I'm just some dude who makes videos on YouTube named Ozien, where I talk about things I love to talk about. I stream Minecraft on Twitch, where I have time, and I even committed heresy by streaming Hogwarts Legacy. I also help to moderate the Modern Day Debate Discord server that you should all join. I wrote a book called Beyond Faith, which was Amazon's #1 new release in the category of atheism, which only seems to require you to sell like 4 books. Thank you for hosting me again on Modern Day Debate. It's my pleasure to confront and debunk the preposterous flat earth theory that has been roundly mocked and ridiculed. But I like to take their claims seriously because I know they're just in need of someone who will help them come to the perfect circle of enlightenment. That's a joke, people. According to their theory, the earth is topographically flat rather than a sphere or an oblate spheroid. I intend to demonstrate with irrefutable scientific facts that this claim is utterly false. Let us begin with the principle of gradient pressure, which pertains to the force exerted by a fluid such as air due to the differences in pressure. As we move higher in the atmosphere, the weight of the air above us decreases, and so does the pressure. This is in direct contradiction to the flat earth theory, which posits that the earth is some form of flat world inside some container of sorts, and that the pressure at any given point would have to be the same regardless of altitude, because liquid and air finds its level or equal pressure evenly distributed in the container, unless there's some other force acting upon it, because these people deny that gravity exists and even refuse to recognize that it is a valid word to explain the observation that things fall down. However, their argument is flawed since it overlooks the fact that gravity plays a crucial role in the distribution of pressure. Moreover, the flat earth proponents try to pawn off their ideas to explain the obvious gradient as buoyancy or electrostatics. But these concepts only serve to highlight their ignorance of the laws of physics, and the formulas for buoyancy include the gravitational constant. And when we shield equipment for electromagnetism and electrostatics, we don't get lighter, folks. Now, turning to the size and shape of the earth. The ancient Greek mathematician Eratosthenes deserves a special mention. He was the first person to calculate the circumference of the earth using basic observations. By measuring the angle of the sun's rays at different locations, he estimated the earth's size with remarkable accuracy. However, his method was based on the assumption that the earth is a sphere, which, if it were not the case, would have led to erroneous results, which it didn't, because today, thanks to advanced technology, we can measure the curvature of the earth with even greater precision. Satellites and GPS technology enable us to determine our exact location on the earth's surface, and students worldwide have replicated Eratosthenes' experiment to obtain similar results. These facts provide tangible evidence that the earth is indeed a sphere, along with beautiful photos from space. Lastly, let us tackle the behavior of light in our atmosphere. According to the flat earth theory, light does not travel in straight lines, but follows some reverse azimuth field of view, or everyone has some personal suns that follows them around, or some other strange cockamamie belief that they use to explain it away. Their assertion is false, as we can observe light traveling in straight lines in our everyday lives. Like when you go to watch a movie, the light doesn't do a bunch of bendy, curvy nonsense. Now, you have refraction and stuff like that, of course. Moreover, scientists have studied the behavior of light in our atmosphere for centuries and have developed mathematical models that accurately predict its behavior. To sum up, the flat earth theory is a baseless conspiracy theory that runs counter to the principles of science and common sense. Gradient pressure, the measurement of the earth's size and shape, and the behavior of light in our atmosphere all point to the fact that the earth is a sphere. Arguing otherwise is akin to claiming that the sky is green and the grass is blue, which is to say, pure nonsense. Their beliefs is based on their religious beliefs, or they were bamboozled. Which are you? That's it.
All right. Thank you so much, Ozien. And then we will go ahead and move on to Von Zoom for your opening statement, Von. So at your first word, I will start your timer. The floor is all yours. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yep, there you go. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, I'm starting, right?
All right.
Yep.
Can you hear me
That's
now?
your first word.
All right. So I wanted to thank Modern Day Debate for hosting. This is my very first debate. So I'm very grateful. So the idea of flat Earth originates in Bronze Age mythology. We see it in Egyptian mythology, and we see it in certain Mesopotamian mythology. And it's always portrayed as a flat disc with a crystal dome or the firmament, and then you have pillars holding it up, is a common design for it. But that was simply a model for primitive people that didn't have access to flight yet. And that should be very clear. Like, we can see photos from space. We have been to space. We know how round the Earth is. We have satellites orbiting the Earth. It's 2023, and I don't understand why people are still thinking that we haven't had over 2,000 years of scientific advancement. And it's like it's been ignored, and it's. But going back, it's simply, for me, flat Earth is originally was used to explain something nobody understood, which was, how big the Earth was, mostly that question, or where people were on the Earth. And then it always ended up looking like a map on a table almost. I mean, if you have the flat thing on 4 pillars, it's like a map on a table. And it's always like that, because that was as much access to anything as they had. They couldn't fly. Some of them can climb mountains, but not really. But to believe in flat Earth now, with all of the scientific advancement, with all the knowledge we have, it's almost like, faith in religion almost. But at the same time, it's completely falsifiable, and it has been. And flat Earth, like, it goes beyond science denial, and it starts to become reality denial. And I concede the rest of my time.
All right. Okay, then we will go ahead and kick it back over to the flat Earth side, and I believe that John is going to go first. So, John, at your first word, I will restart the timer. John, the floor is all yours.
Yeah, hey, Von Zoom, and what up, everyone in the audience and Modern Day Debate. And where's the guy with the subway tattoo? Is he not here today?
That's James. No, he's not here today.
I love you, James. If you're watching this, I love you. And what up, Witsit? What up, Ozien? Okay, I'll just start with Von Zoom. Von Zoom is with the glasses, right? Okay.
Yes.
You said flat Earth is a primitive thing, and then now we have airplanes and stuff. Are you aware that an airplane, its AI system for emergency landings, its autopilot system, does not use your Gay Mercator map or any other map. It uses our equidistant, flat Earth, geocentric map. You're saying, oh, it's primitive. It's a primitive thing. Now we have airplanes. Airplanes use flat Earth maps for emergency landings, you fucking retard. That's what the ice wall map that you guys make fun of. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
What do you think? Are they just doing it to troll the pilots?
No, topographical maps are have a different use.
Why would they use a map with a fucking ice wall?
We have had planes
Why would they
go
use a
into
map with
outer
a fucking
space and
ice
take
wall?
video of them in outer space over a spherical Earth.
No. Answer the plane thing before we go to your CGI.
Okay,
Answer
hold
the
on,
plane
John.
thing. Why are they
This is
using
your
an
opening
ice
statement
wall
time,
map?
John. This is your opening statement time. So we don't want to have him trying to take over the time from you. So I want you to just go ahead and say
I
what
can't
you want to
ask him a
say
question.
without
He made some retarded statements. I can't debunk his retard shit.
That's what the open discussion time is for. So why don't you just go ahead and save that to the open discussion? Just say whatever you want to say about whatever they said, and let them respond to it later.
You want me to do? Okay, all right. Well, My name's Jon Zherka. I guess I'm on Team Flat. And the stuff I heard earlier was like it's a religious thing. It's not. We have scientific method. We have curvature calculations. We have the real science. You guys rely on the dumbest mathematical gravity models that you can't even repeat this science in nature in a lab. Like you're not going to get water to stick to a ball ever. The only time it's stuck to a ball is in the ISS, the International Space Station. But they've already been leaked that they're using chroma key screens, blue screens, and green screens, the green screens to make the water congeal. Like this has all been debunked with Eric Dubay and everyone. Flat Earth is the most researched topic in Google history, not the disk flying through space retard shit, the firmament shit. Every ancient cosmology was a geocentric flat Earth cosmology. And this fucking idiot earlier, was it Ozien? Ozien, I don't know if you're having like a mental breakdown, but you said some retarded shit. You said something like, it's only an ancient thing. What are you talking about? Look at 1400. Look in as late as the 1400s. Look at those kind of maps. Another thing, your retard globalist model, your globe model was started by a Jesuit from the Catholic Church. We can easily say yours is religious, you fucking idiot. It was started by some fucking Jesuits, and let me tell you something, all right? At 60,000 feet in altitude, you should be able to see in the horizon, which comes from the word horizontal, idiot. You should be able to see curvature. It's just so big. You can't see it. No, it's not that big, you fucking idiot. We fly around it. At 60,000 feet in altitude, you should be able to see curvature. Weather balloons double the height and go to 120,000 fucking feet in altitude and measure a motionless plane. Like Einstein said, the Earth is an observable, motionless plane. Like Tesla said, the Earth is not a sphere, it's a realm. You guys are retards listening to Freemasons. Another thing, if I put out, who's the fucking idiot who talked about sticks in the ground? Aristophanes. Raise your hand. Which one of you idiots are? You mean 2 sticks on the ground is how you're gonna figure out this fucking big problem, the most Googled problem on Earth, but not a fucking GoPro on a weather balloon? Are you fucking stupid? You'd rather look at some fucking 2 dildos on the ground than put a fucking camera on a weather balloon yourself like 1,000 flat earthers already did? Give me a break. Okay, you guys already lost. Go ahead, Witsit.
Nice. All right.
High DPS.
I'm going to share my screen real fast. That's cool?
Go ahead. Yes.
All right. Bet. All right, so the question that we're going to start with is the Earth moving? People actually believe that this is going on here. I mean, it's 2023.
Careful, Witsit, careful. These two believe that's real. They believe that's literally real, like the Mars rover that sends magical space Wi-Fi photos from 100 million miles away, but these guys lose connection when they bring their dildos in the mountains when they go camping because it's done through a grid system.
Radio waves are a
triangulation
thing.
towers.
Okay.
All right, wait. All right,
Let your partner get his time.
Cook them, bro. Don't go easy on them. They've been fucking sitting on us. They've been talking shit for so
John,
long.
I'm gonna put you on mute, okay, John? Because I'm gonna let your partner have a chance to speak.
I got you.
Okay, baby.
So, yeah, it's 2023. We don't have any videos of from space with stars or them showing us eclipses from the outside or anything. But you guys are like talking about, look at this picture that didn't change for 3 days. That looks like a 5-year-old made it with Nintendo. But anyway, is the Earth moving? So you have Michelson Morley, right? And they shoot the rays on the right. What should have happened when the perpendicular light rays recombined? It should have been a longer path because it was moving against the motion of the Earth. It didn't do that. It moved exactly the same. This is where all of physics changed, and they just made up a new dimension, changed all of physics, changed everything. Said it just appears like we're stationary. Here's Einstein. I don't have a lot of time, so this isn't cherry picking, the whole quote's right there, but he says, since then I've come to believe the motion of the Earth cannot be detected by any optical experiment. And then he also says that to the question whether or not the motion of the Earth in space can be made perceptible in any terrestrial experiment, which means any experiment on the Earth, all attempts to do this were negative, meaning that you can't measure the motion of the Earth around the sun from the Earth. He changed all of physics to say it's impossible, and everything just tricks us into thinking that the Earth is stationary and in the center. Here's Einstein saying, but when I was a student, I saw that experiment of this kind already been made, in particular by your compatriot Michelson. He proved that one does not notice anything on Earth that it moves, but that everything takes place on Earth as if the Earth is in a state of rest. That's what you believe, is that it's just a coincidence and it's like it's stationary. As for this whole like gravity and nonsense about you need a force. There's something called a downward electric current on the Earth. It's measurable. It's provable. So we have positive energy increasing above. It then goes down to the ground to seek equilibrium. This is, of course, from a Richard Feynman lecture right here explaining it. It's a grounded metal plate. Will have the same surface charge as the Earth. The plate's covered with the ground conductor will have no surface charge. In the Next Level movie, actually, it's Level With Me. Check it out, levelwithmefilm.com. We actually did the experiment to show you can make things go up and down, manipulating electrostatics. Gravity's a fairy tale. Here's the downward electric current going down to the surface of the Earth. So if you deny this, you deny basic, measurable, empirical evidence that can be done by going out in the Earth and measuring that there's a measurable downward electric current on the Earth. Oh, well, let's not talk about that. All right. Also, you don't need gravity for anything to do with the Earth. You can solve for downward acceleration using a kinematic equation. It has nothing to do with gravity or the idea that mass attracts mass, which is not even what your belief system is anymore. So you don't need it at all. All you need is the height of the ball or whatever is falling. Then you need downward acceleration, what you're solving for, the time and the initial velocity. And this kinematic equation can solve for little a or little g, quote unquote, which is downward acceleration. Everywhere on the Earth, for all engineering, anything you use gravity for can be solved completely without the idea of gravity. You'll never get a rebuttal. All right, microwaves are not significantly affected by diffraction nor refraction. So if you look at this bottom picture right here, we have microwaves going out and it gets blocked by the hill. So if we send a radio wave out, they say it diffracts and then it'll fill in the gap behind it so it can go over the obstruction, right? And they make up how far that can go anyway. Microwaves cannot do this. Microwaves do not diffract or refract like that. So if you shoot a microwave horizontally straight at a hill, it's going to get blocked by the hill, because the diffraction refraction is significantly different. Well, if we look at the curvature of the Earth is supposedly going to block these horizontal microwave transmissions, right? So say we're a 100-foot tall tower. It should be at 200 distant mile. We should have 23,495 feet of curvature blocking the obstruction or obstructing the actual target, right? And then we should only go 12 miles. If we're 300 feet up, then it should only go 21 miles. Unfortunately, the ACE, which is the Allied Command Europe High Band, was a NATO communication system implemented during the Cold War, where they're shooting 50 to 250 miles with microwave transmissions. And again, you can't just cop out by saying refraction and diffraction. It doesn't work like that. So you guys don't know the answer. I can play games with you all night and let you pretend you do, but we're going to cut to the chase and tell you what your religion is. Your religion is that it just magically starts to go out horizontally, and there's a magic area in the atmosphere, not the ionosphere, mind you. This is like just a couple miles up, where it just hits water in the atmos, then reflects right back down to where it's supposed to go. So if I shoot a microwave directly out horizontally, it'll go 250 miles and just coincidentally land exactly where it's supposed to, because there's magic reflection in the atmosphere. So, and that wouldn't work consistently. This, if you read into the documentation that was recently declassified from this program, it consistently works. You can send these microwaves out over and over and over, and it works every single time as if it was horizontal. So I would love to hear you guys explain that. So I don't have much more time, so we'll just cover this. We all were talking about planes. If I have a plane and the starting destination is this little blue circle here, and then I'm going to fly out to the red circle. Can you see my mouse? Yeah, here we go. The red circle right here is the destination. In real life, what we do is we put the heading on the city and fly straight to it. We fly like the Earth is flat and stationary. That's how we fly planes, okay? We fly straight to the location that we're heading to with our heading on that city the whole time. The globe says, however, that the Earth is spinning and that the atmosphere is not completely connected to the Earth, which means to actually take the shortest path, which is a geodesic, a curve on a globe, then you're actually going to have to slowly update the entire time that you get to the city if you're keeping it in your heading. If you just keep it in your heading and keep going, you're going to be updating. The significantly shorter path, and therefore much faster path, would be to cut it off and lead it. This would cost airplanes or airliners billions of dollars. They don't do this. This also debunks the globe. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Witsit. And with that, we're going to go ahead and start moving into the open discussion. But before we do that, I just want to let everybody know, especially if it's your first time joining us here on Modern Day Debate, that we are a neutral platform hosting debates on science, religion, and politics. And we want you to feel welcome no matter what walk of life you're from. And if you have a question or a comment from one of tonight's debaters, fire it into the old live chat and be sure to tag me at Modern Day Debate. Super chats will go to the top of the list. All we ask is that you keep it civil and attack the argument and not the person, as insults will not be read. I just want to let you know that we have a hard out time tonight at 9 p.m. So there may be some rush to get through the chats, and especially trying to get Witsit is the one who's going to be having to leave soon. So we'll have to get his questions front loaded if we can. But other than that, please feel free to send your questions and comments. But as I said, attack the argument, not the person. Our guests are linked in the description below, whether you're listening on YouTube or via one of the many podcast platforms that we are on. So you can listen to MDD there and click their links if you like what you are hearing, and hit the subscribe button because we have plenty more debates coming your way that you don't want to miss, including tomorrow night. I believe Ozien is going to be coming back to debate Nathan Thompson about the moon landing. That's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern, so you don't want to miss that. Hit the subscribe button to check that out. And with that, we're going to go ahead and start moving into the open discussion. I'm going to put 50 minutes on the clock. Gentlemen, please try to keep it civil. I understand that it's a passionate discussion. You guys are really revved up, but we do want to have a productive conversation and get through this all the way. So please try to save the insults and ad hominems for as little as possible, although I'm not going to be too manipulative with the discussion so far. I do want to just try to ask you guys to do that, please. So with that, go ahead and let's get in the open discussion. Gentlemen, the floor is all yours.
Maybe I should start with apologizing to the globalist Satanists that are shilling for literally 25 Nazis, Operation Paperclip that started NASA. You guys are supporting Nazis. NASA comes from Nazi. That's who you guys are supporting. But number two, my one question is, why on a flight manual, and even in military flight manuals, or just a regular plane, why does every flight manual, when you're learning to fly a plane, say the Earth is literally fucking flat? It literally says the Earth is not in motion, just land the fucking plane. How the fuck do you it's flat?
No, it doesn't say that directly. So
No.
It says you have to fly the plane like the Earth is flat. It absolutely does say that.
It says you can treat the Earth as if it's
no. It
flat.
says you have to.
Yeah.
Can you cite a manual that uses the globe?
Can you cite the manual directly, quote it directly, what it specifically says?
It says that we use a flat Earth model to be able to map out how to use the plane.
Yeah, we can use a flat Earth model to fly between 2 points.
But how come the Maritime Association that uses flat Earth map, the Meteorological Association that uses flat Earth maps, airplanes, how come everything launching cruise fucking missiles have to use our ice wall, the ice wall that you guys laugh at? You use our ice wall maps. You guys use, and it's not an ice wall, it's the highest shoreline on Earth, Antarctica. And look at the Antarctic Treaty if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But everything uses our maps. Nobody uses your retard globalist maps. Nobody.
Because it's a two-dimensional
reality.
Three-dimensional object. So you have to make maps flat so you can read them, but they're approximations.
Have you been to that?
Hold on.
You said you have to make.
Hold on. The idiot said you have to make maps flat. Okay, make it flat. I'm sure that's whatever. I'll give you that. I'll give you the dumbest argument I've ever heard. You have to make it flat. You have to literally change reality to launch a cruise missile.
No, have you seen a book? Like books are flat, right? Have you ever read a piece of paper that was curved? I don't. I flattened them out.
Okay,
that's what I'm talking about.
Check this out. I'll give it to you and I'll still win. Let's say that made sense what you said, like you have to make the map flat. Why are they adding an ice wall? Why aren't they using Antarctica, your little fucking continent island?
They don't draw it as an ice wall.
Huh?
Ice wall.
What?
They don't draw it as an ice wall on the map.
Wait, where's Antarctica on the flat maps?
Antarctica on the flat map depends on the map you look at. Right?
No, name one that has as a little
azimuthal equidistant. The one the airplane uses in the azimuthal equidistant. Where's Antarctica on that map?
In many maps, it's on the bottom. It's on the south.
How can you have a flat map which is just sitting there by itself on the bottom?
Are you kidding me? What is the bottom of a flat Earth?
Have you seen like a map where the globe is?
You don't even know our model.
On top?
Yeah, Antarctica goes along the entire bottom of the map. So,
in some of them, you're talking about a specific type of map.
You are literally embarrassing yourself. Antarctica would be 180 degrees away from north. Just like a compass has one magnetic north, there's no south pole. Circumnavigate east to west like a finger on a plate, like Christopher Columbus, like the sun. You circumnavigate east to west, and the 4 points of south would be 180 degrees away from north. You're not smart. You're not smart. How many vaccines you got? How many vaccines did you take?
I think this is irrelevant to the discussion. I think it's a Robinson map or Cater maps, right? Like where they show the Antarctica on the south side of the map. right? It's not shown as a wall.
Where would
Shown on the
South
bottom.
be on a flat Earth, bro? Where would South be on a flat Earth?
But we're not talking about we're talking about maps they draw, bro.
Where is South?
Draw like you're spelling flat Earth map.
Wait. So when you said Antarctica is at the bottom, what the
agree?
fuck is the bottom
You
of a
agree?
flat Earth map? What do you mean
You
bottom?
agree?
Do you understand?
I'm not talking about a flat Earth map, bro.
That's what we were talking about.
Okay, hold on. Everybody stop. Hold on, stop. Everybody stop. Ozien, what are you asking him right now, Ozien? I'm sorry.
We're talking about maps they actually use. The maps we actually use, not all of them show the stupid friggin' ice wall around the edge. Are you kidding?
The point is, you guys use our maps. We don't do shit with your maps.
Yeah,
They don't,
the whole world treats the Earth like it's flat.
If you want to make millions and billions of dollars with an airline, you use geocentric maps, flat Earth maps,
and you fly the plane like the Earth is flat and stationary. I just broke that down in my opener. You literally fly the plane like it's just sitting there stationary and it's flat.
Also, no, I don't want you guys to drown here because you guys are drowning fast. Let's give you guys another life, okay? One in the chat to like heal their HP. Where the fuck?
Here we go. I'll ask you a question.
Don't be hurt.
I have a question for
Witsit. Don't worry. Bernie Sanders is going to save you soon. Where can you see curvature? Where? At what altitude would a human see? If I did a weather balloon test, at what altitude can you guarantee me curvature? Guarantee with the horizon that's horizontal, tectonic plates, because they're fucking plates. They're not balls. They're not tectonic balls. Where the fuck is there curvature? Where?
You can see with drone footage it goes up like 200 feet.
No. I'm not talking about a fisheye lens where you're warping. Are you kidding? Drone?
This dude just said you can see the curvature from 200 feet.
No. But Witsit, some people see it at the beach when the boat is going under the horizon. Some people see it at 0 feet.
Yeah, but
your religion, your God is a fake curvature. You can't see your invisible retard curvature God. I've never seen curvature. You saw a fisheye lens.
Does the moon?
Fisheye lens in a drone.
Does the moon orbit a flat Earth?
It moves over top of a flat Earth, yeah, but
yeah, and actually in the 19th.
What about perspective?
Here's what's funny.
Where does it go? Where does it go when we can't see it?
I think I know where the moon is cosmic plasma. First of all, it's not a rock. It's just a floating rock. Like that's been debunked.
We haven't gone to the moon and collected the rock.
You didn't do anything, dude. Did you?
You went to the moon?
Yeah. Did you?
It's a royal we.
Wait. Witsit. When you went to the moon,
humanity did.
Wait. Let me get this straight.
Humanity did.
Just hang on, bro.
So I can claim.
Be charitable with the words he used. Come on,
guys. Nice. When you were at the moon, did you also talk to the most corrupt president in history, Richard Nixon, on a landline-based fucking telephone in the 1960s? A wire telephone talking to people 240,000 miles away? Bro, you lose connection today with an iPhone. You're telling me you spoke to astronauts with a fucking telephone? Are you fucking stupid?
Yeah, because it's direct line of sight to the friggin' astronauts.
That's not even the official answer.
It was a one-way.
No, I'm talking about the radio. The radio signal was direct line of sight to the astronauts. He's talking about the phone setup. I know, Witsit.
So why don't you Google?
The reason why cell phones drop is because you lose direct line of sight to the tower.
That's not true. 97% of Earth Wi-Fi. 97%.
So you don't think we went to the moon?
Hey, you don't even believe we went to the moon. You're not that stupid. I believe in you. 97%.
I know we went to the moon. It's more than a belief.
What?
Bro, it's
first of all,
doesn't matter.
There's literally footage on the Conan show where Buzz Aldrin says nobody saw the moon landing. It was animated because there was no fucking. We didn't have that, so we had to animate it.
That's been refuted too.
Animated, and then what happened? You guys lost.
Zherka, John, you need to catch up. That's been refuted. That was an actual cartoon.
Okay, refute that. What about the lost the technology?
Because it was talking about actual animated cartoon.
No, he's saying that what they showed everyone when it first landed was just an animation. No one actually saw it. When you talk about
Buzz Aldrin said it. Your Freemason prophet said it.
This dude talked about moon rocks. Dude, they admit that 80% of moon rocks are found on the Earth.
Petrified wood.
Are you kidding me? They say that the moon rocks are found on the Earth. So please tell me how that somehow verified the moon landing.
You said, what was the percentage of moon rocks?
80%. So
So
tell,
20%.
So
So
20%, hang on to that
of
20.
those that are still rocks from the moon.
how do
So
you tell
why don't you go on
between the
eBay
two?
and buy some? Since they're moon rocks, they're going to be worth a lot. Why don't you go on eBay and spend all your money on that? That sounds like a great investment.
How do you tell the difference
Actually,
between the
we
ones
have
from
some we
Earth
can
and from the
send to
moon,
you.
dude?
Witsit had,
But if we
Witsit,
got
you have
if
a
we
bunch
went
of
and got
rocks,
moon
bro.
rocks, that means we went
Bro,
to
you've
the
been
moon.
smoking rock, bro. You look like you smoke meth. Listen to me, guys. Please explain to me how the fuck
who's
you
ever
guys
had black in
never
person?
want to answer the curvature question.
Can you answer my question? I
Just
got a
answer
question
the
about
curvature
electrostatics.
We'll answer anything, bro. We could do
What's
fucking
wrong?
we
We
could do
haven't even
retard science
started.
all day. Go ahead.
Okay, so electrostatics you're talking about first, the ground grid. I test ground grids. I build things like Faraday cages to protect
You
substations
built a bird
from
cage?
electromagnetic pulses and stuff like that. To
Wow.
protect from electromagnetic
Wow,
and
dude. Wow.
electrostatics.
You
And when
could've
we
been
do
an
that,
astronaut.
shit
You could've
doesn't
been an
float.
astronaut, bro.
That's
Wait,
a
hold on,
straw man
Shit doesn't
fallacy.
float.
Do you know what straw man fallacies are?
I do. So tell
Did
me
I say
what.
a Faraday
what
cage
the
would make
claim is.
something float, or is that just retarded?
No, but it blocks electrostatics.
No, does it attain zero?
No? What the fuck?
It
Does it attain
reduces
zero?
it. It reduces it.
Oh, so it's still there. Okay, and so did you
It
not know
reduces
that?
it. You don't get lighter, though.
Let me teach you. Let me teach you something.
No, he said it blocked it. Now you have to concede to his point.
Why are
now
you
you're saying
why are
it
you
reduced.
caring about the straw man fallacy all of a sudden? You
No,
guys
this
have
is
been
what you
calling-
guys do.
You guys have been
No.
calling
Check it
me
out. This is what you
mentally
guys do. We
incapacitated
literally
the
ask you
entire
the
time.
meat and potatoes. We say, give us curvature. Where can you see
I
it?
did.
You want
Ground
to talk
footage.
about dildos in the ground and Aristosthenes sticks in the ground. We don't give a fuck about your gay sticks. Tell us where can you see curvature? Go ahead. Where? At what altitude?
Aristosthenes, you can do that test yourself if you want
Well,
to. And
where
you can,
can we see curvature?
You can see forward direction curvature with drone footage. It's easy to see. So you can just actually like climb up a ladder, like go to the water.
But
and look at
according
a
to
ship,
Neil deGrasse
go up a
Tyson,
ladder, you can see the
according
ship.
to Neil,
forward.
so
He's
according
talking
to
about
Neil,
horizontal curvature.
all right, bro, we get it.
Neil
You're
deGrasse
losing.
talk-
According
I'm
to
not.
Neil deGrasse,
Well, I'm not talking about. No, I'm not losing because I'm not talking about horizontal curvature.
you
I'm
can
talking
keep
about forward curvature.
Bro, according to
So
Neil
when-
deGrasse,
so
Neil deGrasse
when we
Tyson,
get when we
you're
get
fucking-
video footage
here we go,
from
found the retard.
the
Look at
space
this, bro. You guys
station,
need more vaccines.
and we look
bro.
down,
Wipe you guys out.
like we can
In
be
a video
looking at
game, I'm just-
America,
Let me
All right,
talk.
guys,
but we
guys,
can't see
stop,
Japan
stop.
because
Everybody
of the
stop, everybody
curve.
stop, stop.
I gotta go,
because
bro.
of the curve.
I've been waiting so
Everybody
long. I've
stop.
been listening to
Because
you.
of the curve
hold
of
on,
the
hold on.
earth
Everybody stop.
from that
Hold on.
footage.
Okay, hold on. All right, I'm gonna be a little bit more assertive here, just because this is going a little crazy. So Jon Von Zoom, you haven't talked in a little bit. I'm gonna let you talk. Then I want Witsit gets it to respond to that, and then I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna keep on asking people to respond. Okay, so let's just stop with the whole, fighting to get a chance to speak stuff. Okay, so Von Zoom, you make your point, and then I'm gonna let Witsit get to respond.
Wait, why
and
not
then
me?
have Ozien respond.
Why can't I go?
Because you've been talking a lot, sir. Okay, go ahead,
Why-
Von Zoom.
And because you're a globalist, you've got a globe on your head. And
No, I'm
you're
trying to
with
be
them,
fair.
it's
I'm
not-
trying to make
give it
sure
them.
that everybody
They
has a
need
chance to talk. I'm gonna have to. Okay, go ahead, Von Zoom. Make your point.
My only question is, we have enough proof that we went to the moon and we know that the moon is spherical. Then we could see from the moon that the Earth was spherical. Just simply doing that task in itself, and it's so well documented. The proof is there, and it's always been there. It's not something to believe in. But my question I'm asking you, Witsit, specifically because I liked your model approach you did using talking about Einstein and stuff. I thought that was actually really cool because I'm not really well researched in Einstein's work. I know about general relativity and kind of like basis of that, but at the same time, I like that you brought me some new stuff. I didn't know all that, so that's cool. So thank you for that one. So my question for you though is, so when it comes to the moon, is the sun and the moon, is it the same thing going across the Earth and back and forth?
Is it the same thing? What? The sun is
Like,
the sun, the moon is the moon. They move over top of the Earth. I could show in a lab a physical mechanism that would do this.
but-
Called magnetic.
Let him answer. Von Zoom, let him answer.
My question is,
Wait. Don't stop him in the middle of the sentence. Let him finish the whole thing.
I don't care if he clarifies because his question was incoherent. So, what's your question? I don't even know how to.
So going what I was trying to say before new rules were enforced. What I was saying though is when we get footage from an astronaut that's in the space station, and then below them you can see that it's clearly North America, and we can see there's a curvature there because we can't see Japan or Asia on the other side or on the same side.
Bruh.
So my question is,
Bruh, infinite
what's all
sight.
that? What's that about?
Okay, look, here's the deal, man. I know you may not be aware of this, but we're not Superman. So we can't see forever. Okay. I don't know why you guys think you
But
can
we
see
can
forever,
fly
but it's
with
goofy.
technology.
Yeah, you gotta chill, man. So we can't see forever. That's goofy. You're not Superman, bro. You're not tough like that. You're not Superman. You're not have magical powers. And secondly, I don't believe the ISS. I don't believe people are on the ISS, dude. I don't believe that nonsense. They literally have millions of dollars in contracts with companies that specialize in virtual reality. What a coincidence that NASA spends millions of dollars for contracts for virtual reality and then make stuffed animals pop out of nowhere and admit that they do a live overlay of virtual reality.
And Witsit, don't forget that the trajectory.
That's a correlation causation thing, man.
Yikes, bro, dude. You can never just absorb truth. You always have to do that. Witsit, don't forget that.
Why should I trust you? If it's true,
because I'm
why
not
should I trust you?
Here's the difference. Here's why you should trust me.
Hold on, guys.
The difference from your position and ours is not funded by the government, you idiot. And number two, Witsit, you forget the trajectory of all missiles that leave low Earth orbit.
Mine's funded by my curiosity.
And they're launched from Florida into the Bermuda Triangle. 90% of missiles. Like, give me a break, bro. No missile has left low Earth orbit because of Operation Fishbowl Dominic. Dominic in Latin means of the Lord. Fishbowl of the Lord, the God's fishbowl. They shot rockets trying to crack the dome. Google these operations. Google Operation Deep Freeze. Try and read something besides your fucking fluoride vaccine fucking retard science.
All right, Ozien, please respond.
I don't know what I was responding to there, if anything. What I'm not responding to that. So, but I do have a question. So you did bring up the Michelson-Morley experiment, which was good. I appreciate that, Witsit. But that was to test the ether, and it doesn't test the ether. And so Einstein, like theory of relativity, which I know you're very familiar with, it wasn't testing the motion of the Earth; it was testing the motion of the ether. Anyways, but that's beside the point. So Einstein's theory of relativity is that motion is relative to your reference point. So he would say you can never prove your own motion. You can only see the motion of anything else in reference to you. So if you're on the moon, which we've been to the moon, by the way, as Von Zoom pointed out, when you're on the moon, you can see the motion of the Earth relative to the moon. So that's how you would see the motion of the Earth. And you can see it optically. So Einstein was wrong. You just can't do it from the Earth.
Wow, okay. You pick and choose when Einstein's right and wrong?
He doesn't even understand Michelson-Morley. Let me just refute you. It's super easy. So sure. Michelson-Morley wasn't just about the ether. It was to measure the motion of the Earth through the ether. The title of the paper is literally relative motion of Earth. The relative motion of Earth and the ether. That's the title of the paper. They actually got a predicted principle based on the 30 kilometer per second motion of the Earth around the sun. They didn't detect it. They changed all of physics, saying, it's going to always appear as if the Earth is stationary and in the center. So the question in the thing was, this is the question. Can you answer this question point blank, please? Can we prove that the Earth revolves around the sun from the Earth? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, from the what's the testing we can do? So we can see that the Earth is getting further and closer away from the sun by looking at the angular size of the sun, depending on how far away the sun is from us.
Okay, so let me get this straight. For thousands of years, star trails have never intersect. They make perfect counterclockwise circles and stay in the same fucking spot for thousands of years. But you're telling me you're flying through space with an acentric model? There's no way you believe the Earth is fucking moving. The same fucking stars for thousands of years?
I believe the Earth is moving. I believe it's rotating. I believe it's orbiting the sun. I
I
believe the solar system's orbiting the Milky Way.
Not just Michelson-Morley. Every single experiment ever to prove the Earth is in motion has failed.
Yep. And you know what's funny, dude? You said correlation and causation, and then you don't jump in when your teammate says we see the sun change angular size.
I said correlation causation because you were saying NASA
calm down,
virtual reality.
Down, dude.
You know what's funny? When we
you're right, Witsit.
Because that doesn't mean anything.
You know what's the difference from us? When I interrupt, it's jam-packed, filled with content and truth. When you guys interrupt, you go, vaccine. You're gonna interrupt.
You're right.
I
just want to point out that
value to the stream.
Witsit's right in that regard. It could indicate that the sun is moving further or closer away to the Earth, or the Earth is moving further or closer.
Okay,
away
so
to
do
the
you have
sun,
any? Can
are
you
correct.
actually directly measure or detect or prove that the Earth is revolving around the sun from the Earth, please?
The angular size shows the Earth. We can measure that
angular
the
size
sun
of the sun?
Yeah.
Did you
You're
say
going
of
to
the
say it
sun?
again?
The angular size of the sun?
You just
Sorry,
said
Zherka
that could
interrupted.
happen if the sun was moving.
I'm sorry,
Your
I couldn't hear what
argument
Ozien was
is
saying.
Your argument is that
So-
we see the sun moving and that it gets smaller. That proves the sun's not moving and we're moving.
Is
That
that
we're
right?
talking about
No, the sun's
relative
moving, too.
motion, right? So
The
it
sun's
depends
not
on
moving
heliocentric
in
model.
relation to the Earth. You guys don't even know your own religion, dude.
Yeah, I know that. Sun's
Wait.
not moving in relationship to the Earth.
He just
The-
said the sun's moving too. That's what he
Oh,
said. So
Whatever. Well, it is moving in relation to the Milky Way, right?
not to the Earth. That's irrelevant.
Not to the Earth. You're right.
Okay, so you don't. So you can't prove that the Earth is moving around the sun.
With that, no, yeah, we can.
What you just said that it would happen if the sun was moving away.
We have like stuff on Mars we can watch.
Mars? Hold on. So you believe in these you guys agree that all images of Mars and space are computer generated. Even you globalists agree, right?
It has to be computer generated because it's sent digitally. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me get this straight.
so
They all have
as
to
in
be. Oh, no. Hold on.
As in, that's my method of seeing it. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Lenny. Lenny, just a sec. Now, let me get this straight. It has to be computer generated. Also, you have to use flat Earth maps for
Because it's a
airplanes.
digital
and
photo. Digital photo. That's why.
Insanity, man. That's like if I gave you some pornography and I always gave it to you computer generated and you're paying for real pornography. You'd be like, where the fuck are the tits and ass?
On the PDF,
Like, bro,
Proves the
think
flat
about it.
on
Earth.
the PDF file.
You're
on the
paying
PDF
$100
file,
million
by the way.
of tax revenue, you stupid Americans, every fucking day for Photoshop paintings that are not even good.
Yeah,
Like,
like
they're
it's
even
disingenuous
good.
for you to act like they're real pictures. They're just transmitted digitally. No, they're admittedly like animated shots. Like admittedly,
what's
they're
funny-
Well,
animated.
what we're doing now, what people are watching right now, is a digital transmission. This YouTube video
Doesn't
is
matter.
CGI.
I just
So
debunked that. It's
that means
disingenuous
your,
to compare it.
that means your face. You're not even
Dude,
real.
It's disingenuous to compare it to something like this, a real camera sending the actual final product digitally, and
That's
them
what they
admitting
do.
them
The real
admitting that it's
camera taking
animated.
real
Them
pictures and
admitting
sending
that
them.
it's animated and touched up in a computer program with thousands of composites claimed
also,
to be.
Sometimes.
They're not the same.
Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's the raw footage. They
Also-
tell you what they've done to the photo. They tell you.
Have you
If
done
you-
a
Oslin,
live photo on your
I'm
phone
gonna tell you guys,
before?
this is not a debate. This is a lecture. You guys are learning right now. Oslin, you started by trying to sound smart with this debate. In the beginning, you talk about air pressure and stuff. How the fuck can you have a pressurized system like Earth with an atmosphere in a vacuum?
Gravity.
The definition of a vacuum is literally
Gravity.
no atmosphere. You have
Atmosphere
logical
and gravity.
fallacies as your religion.
Curvature of the Earth.
Oh my god, gravity doesn't work because at the surface where gravity is the strongest because it's closer to the center of mass, gas goes in all directions in a vacuum. So where it's higher up above the Earth, why would it not fill the vacuum?
Because the pressure is lowers as you go away from the Earth. So the
Yeah,
pressure difference between
so
the
what
waves.
is
the vacuum? Do you
if
understand
this
it?
is gravity? What's causing this?
Okay, that first of all, that's just an object falling relative to its medium, and it's intrinsically electrostatic as its mass, weight, and density. The buoyant force is actually based on little g, which I told you is a kinematic equation, and that's just the effect. I explained those to you. It's all over your head. If you just dropping a pin, if you think in 2023 you dropping a pin is somehow going to shut flat Earth down, you got another thing coming, my dude.
Hold on,
Way behind.
let me torpedo that. He
But
said
you can't calculate gravity with
don't
kinetic
run.
energy. I agree.
Don't run. He said about dropping that object, right? So is helium a magical element that it's the only fucking thing that defies gravity?
What?
Has
No,
to
A
do
not
with
helium
feeling-
balloon literally defies gravity.
I'm
You need
defying
to-
gravity.
you
What are
need-
you
hold
talking
on,
about?
let me finish
I'm
all the
lifting
way.
my arm.
Hold on, let me finish all the way.
I'm defying.
You
I'm
have to define it with
I'm
density
setting
and
up by
buoyancy.
myself right
You
now.
have to define it with density and buoyancy. You have to use our model. You can't use your fucking retarded gravity model. Your mathematical model. It's not even a scientific model. Like, it's a
And
map.
you realize that I debunked your entire belief system in my
Buoyancy,
presentation, right? You realize that, right?
whatever. No, you didn't. But
Okay, how do I shoot microwaves 250 miles when they should be blocked at 12 miles?
because you're just measuring the acceleration of gravity. You're calling it a fact. You're not explaining why that is. You're trying to use electrostatic to prove it is. But where's your independent dependent variable to prove that you change the electrostatic to produce a direct change in the gravitational force that you're measuring, the velocity, the speed of things following?
Let me answer this. Okay. So I use a Van de Graaff generator, which has a little belt on it. It creates friction and creates electrostatic charge, and it makes objects float. It'll change their weight, make them go up, and change how fast they go down. Independent variable electrostatics, dependent variable objects going up or down. I manipulated it, showed the cause and effect. Now you do the same thing for gravity. Go.
I understand the test you're doing. You're creating an electric field underneath the device, which causes it to hover underneath the device. Is that correct?
You don't even know
how
how
are you
it works.
doing it then?
It flips the polarity of the pill based on the two Gaussian surfaces. The field's polarity flips, and then electrostatic transference and induction to the object makes it goes up relative to the polarity of the field.
What? Any object?
Any object. I've done iron filings, hair, styrofoam, rubber, all kinds of like insulators.
Everything that's
wood,
insulators.
anything.
So things. Lead.
Well, in order for lead, I have to have more than my Van de Graaff, which is only about 250,000 volts. But yeah, you can make anything float with enough electrostatics. The fact you don't know that, maybe you should go read MIT.
How many volts are you using?
Around 250,000. I just said that.
What's the voltage of the Earth?
Notice how I asked you to show me the same thing with gravity, and you avoided it.
No, what's the voltage of the Earth?
Dude, you're getting dominated.
It's bad.
What's the voltage of the Earth?
It doesn't matter. You said I couldn't show a cause and effect relationship.
No, I understand the relationship.
You just got dunked on. So can you?
So why can't you shield against electrostatics and see that things float?
Because the object still has mass and weight and density. So what holds the matter together?
So it's not just electrostatics.
There's a mass charge equivalence, and this is going to be way over your head, but there's a mass charge equivalence because everything has a fundamental physical constant of elementary charge. So mass and charge, there's an equivalence within that with energy density and electromagnetic vacuum. But what I want you to answer me is what holds the matter together?
What holds the matter together?
Yeah.
Van Zoom was just talking about it. Go ahead, Van Zoom.
I was just saying.
On Zoom.
The strong force, the weak force, electromagnetism, the fundamental forces of nature is what hold things together on the atomic level.
That's not what holds the matter together.
And keep it real, that's as far as my knowledge goes with it. So
clearly, yeah. So actually, there's something called the electroweak force. The weak force is intrinsically electromagnetic as well.
I was just naming a few. If there's more, enlighten me.
No,
please.
There's not more, and
Please.
you don't understand. Hey, buddy, what's mass? Is mass the amount of matter?
Yes.
Okay, so if we're going to talk about mass, we need to know what holds the matter together so we can have an amount of it, huh?
Okay, so what holds?
Holy shit!
No. If we're so wrong, what is holding things together then?
Okay, they're called all
gravity.
Wrong. All intermolecular molecular attractive forces are electrostatic in nature, and it's 10 to the 36 power stronger than gravity's claimed to be.
But Witsit, in this electromagnetic universe, aren't there stars that are burning balls of gas in a vacuum? That's fucking retarded. You guys are you believe in
even electric
balls of gas in a vacuum, bro?
It's nuclear fission. It's not fire.
Fusion.
In an so you're telling me everything in the universe is electromagnetic except your giant fucking stars?
It's strong and weak nuclear force, electromagnetic.
You don't know what that is.
I don't. No, I don't. I'm not a physicist.
Exactly. So stop saying stuff you don't know. What holds the matter together is electrostatic? Yes or no?
I don't have to understand the process on how it works.
Regurgitate a religion. I get it. Yeah, most people don't understand the religion.
I accept it based upon testimonials of people that are experts.
Hey guys, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Oh? You two have so much faith in your globe religion. You're willing to get humiliated this bad online.
It's not based on faith.
Which one of you brought up Eratosthenes and they always knew it's a globe? No, they didn't. Every ancient cosmology said it was flat. If you look at let's say,
everything we're saying is
you guys say Atlas was holding up the Earth. Go on Wikipedia. It literally says he's holding up an orb on the western edge of the Earth.
Let's let Zherka finish what he was saying. Let's Zherka finish what he was saying.
The Goonies
monster. I want to hear what Zherka was saying. Let finish what he was saying, and then you can respond.
The Goonies vaccinated monster needs to chill, bro. Okay, but I like your mohawk, and 2001 was a great year. Okay, you said in ancient times that there was a globe, right?
sucked.
Okay, don't. You're giving me Columbine energy. You're scaring me, bro. Let me talk.
That was
All right.
99. Calm
Okay,
down.
just let him finish what he's saying so we can move on. Go ahead.
Thank you. He said earlier about the Eratosthenes, and in ancient times they believed in a globe. No, they didn't. Just Google Atlas. You know Atlas holding up the Earth? It literally says he's holding up a celestial sphere on the western edge of Gaia, western edge of the flat Earth. Every ancient cosmology is a flat Earth. Don't ever start the debate lying and saying, "Oh, they always thought it's a globe." You guys are just liars.
Yeah.
Always.
You don't even know how they supposedly discovered it. Like, who first said the Earth was a sphere? Do you know?
Pythagoras.
No.
What?
Nope.
He was the first that suggested.
Who was it?
Aristotle.
Pythagoras.
Aristotle was the first one to.
And then it was
officially-
Aristotle.
It was Aristotle. Why did
Pythagoras.
Aristotle say the Earth
It's
was a ball?
Pythagoras.
Why did Aristotle say the Earth was a ball?
Because Pythagoras said it first.
No, that's not true. He only poetically insinuated it. You don't know your own belief. Aristotle said that boats go over the curve, and that when things go up and down relative to the horizon as I go north and south, it proves the Earth's a ball, which is really stupid. And this is just believing the Grabler mainstream Masonic history anyway. This is just like made up history. But if we pretend it's real, you're believing.
Do you guys?
It's
wait,
not
do
that
you-
we have the stuff written by them or anything by themselves. Or
Where's the
anything.
original copy?
I don't know.
Why do you say stuff you don't know? Why do you make stuff up?
I don't know. You haven't been up in a plane and saw this map Earth that you're describing exists.
I physically
Just like-
measured the surface.
Just like
of the
I
Earth.
haven't been up to the
Bro,
space
you've never been
station
on an
globe of the Earth.
airplane? You're telling me you've never been on an airplane that flies at 30,000 feet in altitude?
No, we need to go higher. I need to see,
Well, how
Japan
high? Because
right
according
next
to Neil,
to,
how
North
high? 'Cause
America
according-
side by side, like
how
on
high do you want to go? Because according to Neil deGrasse
because
Tyson,
you haven't done that. You
the Red
haven't
Bull
done
jump
that to
was
tell me
over
that
100.
that's true.
He's
the
asking
Red
how
Bull
high
jump
you
was
need to
over
go, man.
100,000. According to Neil deGrasse Tyson, you got to go even higher than that. And you guys use the fisheye lens for the Red Bull jump. You should be ashamed of yourselves.
Yeah,
That was
how
the
high
most
do you have to go?
pathetic shit we've ever seen.
Did you?
So you haven't
you
been-
talk about a straw man. Where
You
did I
haven't
present
been-
the
You haven't
evidence?
been up high enough.
Oh,
to
but
see
we
the
went to
map.
the moon a second ago, remember? So,
Yeah.
hey,
That's my
hey,
claim.
how high do we have to go to see the curvature of the
Yeah,
Earth? Left to
pick
right?
an altitude, science man.
I mean, you gotta tell me that since the curvature is fake. So
No,
how
pick
high
an
do you-
altitude.
How high
dude.
do you have to go?
Yeah,
How
ISS
high do you
can
have
see
to
the
go to see the
curvature.
map Earth that you're describing? So how
Why
high
can't
do we
you
have to
guys
go to see the
answer
map
that?
Earth
What
you're
the fuck?
describing?
Why can't you guys answer that? And according to Picard, it was like 100,000 feet. You could see an upturned edge, right?
Yeah.
I answered your
Technically-
question. Answer ours.
If you have
How
perfect
high do you have to
optics,
go to see this fucking curve?
if you had perfect optics, you could. If I was Superman, I could see the Earth on the surface of the
But
planet.
you see, well, but
I'm not. So we have to go up in altitude to see the difference in
But
the.
pick a
the
number.
curve.
You're
Pick
so
a
close.
number.
Oh, that's just the case. Like we can't visually see the.
You
curvature
can't
of the
pick
Earth.
an altitude.
from
They
the.
can't
How
do
the
it, dude.
fuck are you
Yeah.
a scientist?
They
You
can't
can't
do
pick
I
it.
was
an
a
altitude?
scientist.
So you've never seen a
ISS
map
can see the
Earth from the
curvature.
top.
Oh,
that
so
you're
the
I
ISS
go to ISS.
Holy
That's-
shit, dude.
We have
You
to
mean
go
the ones that got
255
caught
miles?
with chroma key green screens and harnesses?
Dude,
EricDebate.com.
but you've never been up high enough to see the map Earth that you're describing exists.
Yeah,
map
how high
You've
up
been
do I have to
high
go to
see that.
enter? Bro, I don't want to go up that high. I don't want to hit the green screen, bro. You guys use green screens on the ISS. It's pathetic. You've been
Dude, we're
debunked a
sending up
million
another
times.
balloon in a couple weeks that
Oh,
has
sorry. I
infrared
thought you
stuff.
meant like that.
Check-
We're in a
check my
simulation.
YouTube channel.
Thousands of miles away in high
There
altitude.
you go. I have the answer for you, Zherka. You can measure the curvature of the horizon at slightly below 35,000 feet, according to Earth
Are you
science.
seriously locking in 30,000?
Dude, he just
35.
Googled
You're
it.
5,000
locking in
feet.
30,000 feet?
So what did Neil deGrasse Tyson
35,000.
Oh
Neil
my
deGrasse-
Neil
God.
deGrasse
Dude, the
Tyson
Red
said
Bull
you
jump.
can't
You know what
you
the Red
can't
Bull
vis-
jump is? Do you know what the
Yeah.
Red Bull jump
you
is?
can't visually see the curvature.
Why? Why?
what
What's
Neil
wrong with you
deGrasse
guys?
Tyson was
Wait,
saying.
wait,
Well,
wait.
how
Why
do you
can't
think
you
you're going to
visually
measure
see
it if you can't visually see it?
There's billions of
with
people who
optical
see it from an
devices.
airplane, right?
Too
Optical.
close to it.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
just
wait.
not your
Hold on.
eyes.
You know, the average IQ is very low, and the average person thinks it's a
In
globe.
the U.S.,
There's
it's 98.
billions of people on Earth that swear they've seen it on an airplane. Are you
Yeah,
saying they're
US
lying?
U.S. average IQ is 98. What's the point? How's that relevant
Yeah,
to this conversation?
The average person believes it's a globe. Are you telling me billions of people who saw the curvature on an airplane, they were probably
This-
just seeing shit? Was it a
The
mirage?
smartest The smartest people believe it's a globe. So
No, they don't.
Yeah, they
No,
do.
they don't.
Yes, they
Freemasons
do.
Talked about
who-
Einstein.
Excuse me. Okay,
brought him
Albert.
up.
Let's look at
Tesla.
Brand-
Tesla
okay.
believed it was a globe.
Actually,
Let's,
Tesla
no,
began-
hold on, Winston. Let's go look at the Federal Reserve and the Treasury, the people who literally print money out of thin air. Grand wizards like Albert Pike or any high-level 33-degree ranking Freemason in all of their literature that they
Why do you
didn't
keep
even want.
bringing up
Shut the fuck up,
Freemason?
idiot! In all their literature, they post
Conspiracy
that
theories.
it's literally flat.
How's
In
that a conspiracy
every
theory?
piece of in every
No,
it
page
his
of their book.
thing about Freemasons is a rabbit hole.
It's not a rabbit hole. Astronauts admit they're Freemasons.
Yeah.
So
I know Freemasons. Who cares? Am I
Oh, wait,
right
do you
now?
agree
You
that
don't know-
agree
you don't know-
that
you don't know-
high-level masonry literature?
You only know
says that you're
homosexuals. You only know homosexuals. You don't know billionaire Freemasons who are
I know
shakers and movers.
homosexuals.
All right, can
Well,
we
all
please
Freemasons
get back
are
to the
homosexual.
conversation about the flat and the globe Earth?
sorry, you hate gay
Let's
people.
steer it back towards that.
Oh,
Shall
there
we?
go. Virtue signal.
God is
Hey,
great. Let's go. God in the chat. Woo!
Watch this. Watch this. This is what they're not going to answer. In my presentation, I showed you. Okay, so if I send out a
But you
microwave,
haven't been up top to see.
Oh,
what
I will
I'm
answer that.
So,
Dude,
Wait,
stop
let me
interrupting
say it.
Witsit. He's being polite. Interrupt me. Don't interrupt him. He's being
if I
polite.
send a microwave out horizontally, okay, and I'm like 100 feet up, then it should get blocked at 12 miles. How can I send it over 200?
That wasn't at microwave frequencies.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
What was the frequency range
It's just above VHF.
of the device you're talking about? What's the
Yes.
the
I just
frequency
told you-
for microwave is just
Buddy.
yes.
So your answer is just no. So wait, are you saying that if they can do that, it debunks the globe?
Oh,
Okay,
they
then how
have-
does it work on the globe then?
so it's 300 megahertz to 300 gigahertz. Is that what it is? For
It's like 30 to 300. But wait. Listen, if they sent a microwave out, are you saying it debunks the globe?
Uh-oh.
No, because there's other explanations for it. Like they have different both of the towers are at an altitude. So you have to account for the altitude of both towers for the microwave signal. I use microwaves in the work I do. So the typical range of a microwave tower is about 40 feet.
Bro,
You're seeing both
I
antennas
don't
aren't at
believe
an altitude?
Dude, the last time you used a microwave was for a pizza pop. I don't believe you, bro. You don't know what you're talking about.
Dude, I just showed you. I gave you
Use
all
it
the way
for
up to
protection
100. I
schemes.
gave you all the way up to 100 and 300 feet, even though they're normally not that high. They max out at 100, and it should be
Yeah.
blocked by the curvature Earth at 12 and 21 miles from 100 and 300 feet. If it can go 250 miles horizontally, where the Earth's curve should block it, does that debunk the globe? If you say no, you have to tell me how it works.
Can you tell me which one specifically was the one you're talking about? Is the one across the Red Sea during World War II?
No, it's this is a whole bunch of declassified documents. So this is what we're gonna do. Can you admit?
Which one?
It doesn't matter. Are you saying that if it does exist, then it debunks the globe?
No, I'd have to see what the altitude of both antennas were. I'd have
I
to
just told
see.
you.
You're correct. If they were both at 100 feet, I'd have to know why
there'd be one thing that would debunk the globe.
it traveled 200 miles. Yeah.
So if I can shoot microwaves 200 miles from 100 feet up, then it debunks the globe.
It depends on the altitude of the other antenna.
How, dude? It still has to get to the other antenna through the curve.
Because
If you could take a
because
picture
that
of
could be
and from your house,
Winston, the curve
the
doesn't
flat,
exist for science
I'll
experiments.
believe
It
in
doesn't
a flat
exist.
Earth.
Or
For
and
money either.
optically too. It just doesn't exist.
Yeah, like anytime that money's involved or people's lives are involved, like the
Hey,
Earth is flat.
take a picture from your house of Japan since the Earth is
What's
flat.
Hey, yo, let him say that again. What
And
did
then
you say,
I will
Vaughn?
believe
Vaughn, finish
the
that one.
Earth is flat.
Vaughn, what did you say? Give me that Superman
I
infinite
said,
vision argument. again.
take a picture from your house of Japan since the Earth is flat.
Oh,
You actually think you're making a good point. Oh my
that's
god.
crazy, bro.
Better
So
than
you're
yours.
talking-
Like you
So
still
if you're
haven't been high enough to see the map Earth that you're describing. So why should I believe anything you're saying?
We can go out and test the Earth.
Just like you said
They-
when I
Excuse me,
went outside to see the globe.
Excuse
an
me, for
astronaut.
airplane autopilot, the flat Earth map they use, they literally went high enough to make that map.
But you haven't.
Oh,
but
you
you-
want me to go do it? Here,
No,
if
but
I
you,
get a
you told me
hold
to
on,
go
hold
up
on.
into outer
Hold on.
space
I
and look
bet
at the
you-
globe
I bet-
that I
Vaughn,
was describing other people.
Vaughn,
have seen.
Vaughn, have some more fluoride water. Listen, I'll bet you anything. If I got a weather balloon and a GoPro camera and I don't use a wide angle lens and do that fucking warping fish eye, you guys always do the fish eye to make it look like it's round. It's so cringe. But if I went
That's
and
not
got
a weather balloon.
Hold
That's
on,
an
man.
alien
Let me finish.
spacecraft.
All right, thank you for that. If I went and got a weather balloon and a camera, and I literally do the test at 120,000 feet in altitude, you would still go back to your retard religion. What is the point? There's a million tests on YouTube, and the difference from those million tests and your proof is ours is not government. Ours is just us putting a fucking weather balloon in the fucking sky. You guys literally, all your shit comes from NASA. All of it. Go ahead.
You guys have a religion. Like if you don't have if you have a belief system that you just believe because everyone else thinks it, you just think scientists say it. I don't understand it, don't know it, but people know it.
All the footage we have of things
bro.
is
Peep
just
game. You're
made
in a
up, right?
religion. You're in a religion. You don't understand it. You both showed that you don't even know what relativity is. You don't know what Michelson-Morley is. You don't know what you believe. You don't understand how the microwave.
Well, you're
works.
wrong about the microwave too, Witsit, but you won't let me finish.
No, I'm not. Do you want to bet on it?
Yeah.
Bro, no,
Bet on it.
Witsit, you're being.
I'm
gonna drag it on for 2 hours.
I don't know.
I'm gonna give you a non-answer again.
The globe.
Yeah, see, and like, look, I'm just trying to make a point to you, bro. Like, do you agree that if you don't truly know what you believe, then it's just like a blind belief, like takes blind faith, like a religion?
You understand the distance of the horizon is 12 miles at 100 feet, but that's to the horizon that's at 0 foot altitude. The other antenna is at 100 feet also,
Hold on.
which means it can see
Let me
further,
ask you a
right?
Wait.
And you can call whatever you want a religion. I'm not going to play in these semantic definition arguments. I don't give a shit.
Ozien, that's not
If you want to call it a religion, you can call it a religion. That's irrelevant. We have a normal definition for a religion. If you want to call it faith, I don't care. It doesn't insult me either.
Okay, Ozien, thank you for showing you're a tough man, but you're supposed to call us bitches and whores so the viewer count goes up. You're supposed to get angry. And number two, if all
I don't
of
get
us,
angry.
Okay, if
I
all
don't think
of us,
Witsit does either. Like
no,
People have the right to be wrong.
No, you guys are not
People have the right to be wrong.
No, you guys are actually taking the loss really
I have no problem with that.
This is like
I know. You know what?
Meeting,
I know what.
On.
If you have to declare you're the winner, that means you know you've lost.
No. I swear to God, I don't think I won. I don't want to say it out loud. I don't think Witsit.
You said it several times. You said it before the debate started.
The only person who knows we won is our conscience. Like your conscience is telling you you're losing. You know that. And number two, if all of us were in a helicopter, since you guys
how can you read minds? Are you magical or something?
Yes. So if all of us were in a helicopter, right?
Oh, okay.
If all of us were in a helicopter right now, it's cute. Like we got our seatbelts on and shit. And let's say we're floating there for 10 hours. Would we land on
you're not coming back, probably. I don't know.
Would we land? And let's say we're floating in one spot for 10 hours and then we drop back down. Would we land on a different country since the Earth is spinning?
No.
Why?
No.
Why? Is it Coriolis? Is it Coriolis?
The atmosphere, you're moving with the atmosphere. You already have.
Oh my God!
You already have the acceleration of the Earth, so the Earth is moving. You go up.
Dude, you're about to get dunked on.
Dude, you're about to get cooked, bro. That was big. You're about to get cooked.
But you guys still haven't been high enough to see.
Does the Earth's atmosphere move with the Earth? Yes or no?
The overall atmosphere overall moves with the Earth. Yeah.
Does it move in lockstep with the Earth, or is it separate?
No, it's
show me a live
Coriolis
shot of the map.
Hold on, it's separate. Wait. So the atmosphere is also rolling. How do planes get anywhere? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Thrust and lift.
Are you fucking joking?
Dude, do you understand they'd have to account for Coriolis if the Earth was spinning separately than the atmosphere?
We have to account for Coriolis if the Earth was spinning separately from the. It's not spinning separately from the atmosphere.
You just said it was. So what, you're saying it moves in perfect lockstep with the Earth now?
No, it doesn't move in perfect lockstep.
So then it's moving separately. Then it's moving on its own. It's not.
So the overall atmosphere is moving in lockstep, but you have parts of the atmosphere that are moving in different directions.
You're so wrong, dude.
But the overall atmosphere is moving at that speed. You have some parts of the atmosphere that's slowing down, and it looks like it's going in the opposite direction, but it's all traveling in the same direction.
Do you agree that higher up in the atmosphere you go? Wait, time out. You said the same speed.
Been to space at all?
You said the same speed. Do you agree that higher up you go in the atmosphere, that means it'd have to go a greater speed because that would be a greater radius, so therefore it'd be a greater distance traveled in the same amount of time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what gives it the energy needed to increase speed proportionate to altitude in your atmosphere?
Fuel. The pressure of the... It's friction.
What?
The pressure of the
fuel.
Hold on. Let him lose. Let him lose. You'll have your turn after. Go ahead. Ozien.
Ozien, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Aslan, go. Aslan, don't be afraid. Go. What were you
So you're asking where they get the energy for the atmosphere to move at the higher altitudes, right?
Yeah,
That's the
faster and
question.
faster. Yeah.
So you got layers of friction with the atmosphere that's moving the whole atmosphere with the Earth.
What?
Would the layers be consistent?
No, like
It'd be different, right?
overall, it moves at relatively the same speed as the Earth, though.
Did you just say friction?
Angular rotation, right? Yeah. So wind drags across air, right? You got the ground that's moving, that's dragging the atmosphere with the Earth, right?
Bravo.
What are you saying?
Finish it. Let him finish it. Don't interrupt.
No, that's it. I don't know what you're asking. It's very simple.
So
Like,
Very simple. Here's what's very simple.
picture
The law of
of
conservation of energy says energy
that
cannot
you're
be created
describing?
nor destroyed. It can only be transferred.
no energy is being created there.
Buddy, chill out. It can't be created, dude. You're
This
saying
is a
that,
closed
you're saying
system.
bro, calm down. Law of conservation of energy. So if I go higher, then that means the atmosphere has to travel a greater distance in the same amount of time if it's all moving with the Earth, which means it has to be going faster. In order to go faster, a greater speed, it needs more energy, or it would violate the law of conservation of energy and momentum, which are like tenets of physics. So you were just talking about science earlier, right? So see if you understand science. What
you loved Einstein. You loved Einstein earlier. Now you hate him?
See, you have the rotation of the Earth that's causing it to move. So you have the energy.
How is it causing it to move?
Centrifugal force.
Centrifugal force is causing the atmosphere to move?
Something spins hard enough.
Hey, Vaughn, can I ask you, what is centrifugal force? Vaughn, what is centrifugal force?
No, never mind. I'm thinking of gravity. Never mind.
Gravity's holding the atmosphere to the Earth. So you got that force of gravity is contributing.
Okay, so if gravity, it's actually not gravity holding.
Sorry, that's nothing sillier than what you guys.
You call it electrostatics, I call it gravity.
Your model, your religion says it's the bending and warping of space-time, which causes a gravity well, and that's the gravity's the effect of that. Okay, and that would still show you that as you go higher and higher, you're getting further away from the center of mass, and you're increasing the radius. Therefore, it's going to be dragged behind due to fluid mechanics. Like a blender, the outside of the blender moves behind the center of the blender. The further you go out, it's fluid.
But eventually, it catches up. So the outer edge, when you spin something, and when you take a blender, right, you turn the blender on, the inside moves at the speed of the blender quicker than the outside of the edge eventually catches up over a period of time.
Why?
With the rotation of the inside, because you're transferring force from the center to the outside through friction.
Okay, so now you're invoking a solid container around the globe?
No, you got gravity that holds it. They holds the atmosphere, and we already explained that.
You're good.
Oh no!
If you want to call that a solid container, you can call it a solid container.
It's not, dude.
Call that gravity.
Your model claims that tons of gas goes off into the vacuum anyway.
Yes, we lose gas when we collect gas as we go through the solar system. We lose gas, we gas out, and we sweep it up.
Wait. Yeah. All right, like let's simplify it. I get a Sprite and I open the bottle and it goes because it's a pressurized system and it has a cap, a dome, a firmament. At what point in altitude do you just go up, and magically pop into space? Like, whoop! Like at what point do you guys?
What's a meteor to you then?
When do you guys magically pop up into space?
Guys,
since you guys don't have a dome. At what point do you magically pop out into space? Because when we use a GPS, let's say Google Earth, right?
What's a meteorite?
I know, dude. Just hang in there, man.
Where's that coming from?
Nothing you can say can stop the humiliation coming. Just relax. Now look at this. Google Earth was filmed. All the pictures were done by the Google plane and not satellites. And if you go out far enough in Google Earth, when you leave low Earth orbit on Google Earth, it turns computer generated. It's not a photo anymore because they don't leave low Earth orbit. You understand?
You're talking Google Earth is your evidence. Okay, whatever.
No, I'm using.
Okay, so we arbitrarily call space 1,200 miles above the surface. So, I mean,
dude,
we can
honestly,
set it any.
You know who you remind me of, Ozien? Those professors in college that take. You remind me of those professors in college that take $100,000 from you, and then you spend the rest of your life broke with a retard degree. You know what I mean? You remind me of those fake science professors. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like
Thank
it's
you.
like most professors are not that smart. You guys just pretend.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, it's been pretty thoroughly exposed. By the way, just so you know, Mark Reed. I'm sure that's like your little buddy. You're in a cult, you guys, anti-flat earthers, which is weird. But anyway, he says
We have an after show together.
That's very cute. Maybe you guys should work out your religion in the after show because he says
We will. He's my God.
You guys don't even agree.
He says the fact there's no solid container means that there is no friction to stop the atmosphere rotating. So he's saying the exact opposite of what you're saying, which is what the ballers do. They just
in the bowl, well, he's correct. Like in the bowl itself, you have the friction of the outer edge of the bowl that's slowing it down from accelerating as quick as it would.
Bro, the last time you did a science experiment with a bowl, you were cooking crap.
It's a science experiment.
All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and move into the Q&A,
my
shall we?
question. Let's make it a little more interesting, right? My question is,
let's go ahead and move into the Q&A, shall we?
I want to know personally. I want to know personally.
What other topic do we want to throw on there? Fucking shit. Flat Earth debate, dude. Come on. Can you stay on topic? I don't think you can, John.
Let's go ahead and move into the Q&A, shall we?
I don't think you can stay on topic, John.
I love you, but I want to know, like, why do you guys?
Love you too, man. My fellow man.
What makes you guys cling on to that globalist model? Like, why? Is it because, like,
it's probably the pictures and video and like the people?
You just said there's no pictures.
With the effects of outer space on their bodies, like lower bones.
You said that they're composite CGI photos. We all agreed earlier.
How
the fuck are you changing?
No, you two agreed on that. You guys.
The reason you believe in something is
Ozien, did you not agree that they're composites?
Some are, and they tell you when they are.
The reason you believe,
they tell you when it's raw data. They tell you when it's.
Make sure I got this right. The reason you believe the Earth's a globe is because the government gave you some images.
Yeah. What if the government gives you a photo of like Bigfoot?
Wow. The government.
Or 9/11.
And NASA's the only part of the government that doesn't lie, huh?
I'll do a debate on Bigfoot too if you want to. You want to debate Bigfoot now?
Wait, why aren't you guys wearing your masks? The government said that you're going to kill my grandmother.
Okay, let's move on.
Talk about mask mandate?
Enough of this crap. Come on, let's go. All right,
Thanks,
we got questions. Let's go on the timer. I know that Witsit has to get out of here at 9 o'clock. So
yeah, if it goes a little over, it'll be okay. You'd end up canceling, but yeah.
All right, sounds good.
By the way, I want to make one thing clear. I love Star Wars. It was hard to become a flat earther. It was easy because it's logical. No flat earther ever goes back. Once you go flat, you never go back. We've seen both. Like, we know your model better than you guys. Let's be honest.
I'm an ordained Jedi Knight.
You don't have to let go of Star Wars. I love Star Wars.
Ordained Jedi Knight from Universal Life Church.
This feels like Mace Windu and Yoda just killing younglings. All right. Like, you two are the
guys. Come on. So Beamsy has a question that was not answered in the last debate, and I believe they're both for Witsit. So Witsit, James wanted me to make sure I ask these questions. The first one was, how does the flat Earth stance deal with the radar horizontal problem, as it fits perfect with a Cobol model?
Yeah. So the radio horizon. So it's funny because the radio horizon is an estimate of how far the radio can go, and it's actually further than the geometric horizon, which is the curved Earth assumption, right? It goes further than that, and it's well known that the radio goes way beyond the radio horizon consistently. So actually, it only works with the flat Earth, where the radio waves are going out, ground wave propagation, mind you, so they can't bounce off the ionosphere, way past the radio horizon. So that question backfired. What else?
Okay. Just to let you guys know, everybody, that we have a lot of questions that are coming in. I don't even know exactly how many there are right now, but we're going to go until we can't anymore. So I'm not even sure. We have 15-minute Q&A. We might be able to get through all. Another question from Beamsy from last time. They asked, Witsit, you claim that everything is electromagnetic. Of the three broad categories, what one does gravity fall into? Visible, infrared, or ultraviolet?
Wait, what was the beginning of the question? Is it something about what? I missed it.
You claim that everything is electromagnetic. Of the three broad categories, which one does gravity fall into? Visible, infrared, or ultraviolet?
Gravity is just what we call gravity is just downward acceleration, which is a non-point specific effect of electromagnetism, specifically electrostatic. So like that's an incoherent question if you actually understand what I'm saying. Although in your paradigm, it's becoming electromagnetic anyway. But anyway, yeah. So it's just the effect that things fall down. It's an effect based on weight, mass, all electrostatic. So it's not electromagnetism itself. It's the effect.
Sounds good. Now, for the questions from tonight. From Blake, 1991, for 550 Canadian. For Ozien, I don't want to call you dumb. 2,000 years ago is Glober's best proof in a hit piece movie. It is really sad.
Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. We proved the globe and flat Earth is destroyed, especially John.
All right.
No, I have a feeling
from
you two are definitely leaving this debate confident that you won.
That's what's crazy, huh?
I win when I have the conversation. I appreciate
you know what's the sad truth?
conversation.
The sad truth is deep down, you guys know it's flat. Like you guys have, there's no way a human can see overwhelming amounts of proof. The most Google topic.
You sound just like any. You sound like any kind of snake oil Pentecostal pastor.
Projection.
I'm not making money like NASA. I'm not making money off this. I'm not making money off this. Am I? NASA's making money off this. I'm not making money off this. So what the fuck am I selling? Smart enough.
All right. Next question from Logical Red for $5. I think maybe, I'm not sure. Earth is a sphere, quote unquote. Albert Einstein. That's their comment.
Yeah, this is like one of the most retarded arguments ever. It's like I have to teach the people that believe in the globe what they're supposed to believe because they don't understand it. So then I bring up Einstein to explain it and have to teach them because they don't know what they believe. And then they turn around and say, Einstein thought the Earth was a sphere. Yeah, I think Einstein's entire story and theory is retarded. He thinks that space and time, two concepts, can bend. I'm having to teach you what you believe.
Subjective. Einstein thinks, and also, isn't that the guy who put his penis inside of his cousin?
But the claim that you couldn't detect the motion of the Earth with the optical effect because it's due to his theory of relativity. So to accept his claim, you have to accept what he was talking about, which is a theory of relativity.
No, I'm showing you that within your own paradigm, which currently has to have the theory of relativity, it says you cannot actually detect or measure or prove the Earth is moving around the sun. I have to teach you what you believe. I don't believe in it.
I understand relative motion, and I agree with you.
All or nothing fallacy. Next. This is stupid. How do you guys not understand that? If I have to correct you for your belief,
you know why this is tiring? It's tiring.
It's not all or nothing. It's a claim he's making.
Here's why this is exhausting. Witsit is explaining it through your model before he does it through his. He's literally doing your homework for you. He's literally explaining it through your lens, and you're still not seeing it. He's like doing everything for you guys, and you're not seeing it, bro. I'm not that nice.
I appreciate
that's crazy.
It. Thank you.
Okay, next question comes in from Who's Rich Purnell for $4.99. They say, for either side, what do you think you should represent your side? I'm sorry, why do you think you should represent your side of the argument?
I was asked to, and I agreed to it. So thank you, James, for asking, and Kaz for hosting, and Witsit and Zherka and Von Zoom for being here.
Anybody else want to answer that?
I'm doing it because I care about truth, and I don't like mass delusion being spread to the masses.
Projection.
That's what religion's for. So
not projecting.
We need another one too.
It's like you just threw up. You projected so much.
All right. Next question comes in from Tim Pryor for $5. They say, and the word salad has begun. Stop quoting people that don't agree with you. What Einstein said has been explained to you. Flurf reset.
Think about how like ignorant and remedial what he just said is. He's like, word salad, which is the like incoherent rambling that makes no sense, typically attributed to schizophrenia. They don't even know what it means. And then he talks about the quote I read. The quote I read is from Einstein. So you're saying that it's word salad. Of course, they can never articulate anything I said. It's word salad. It's just a weirdo talking point from like grown men that hate flat Earth because they hate truth and they just want attention online or whatever. But long story short, to clarify this again, I'm having to correct these guys in what they believe because they don't know. Just like Von Zoom admitted immediately, thanks for teaching me about relativity. What, in like 20 seconds? You don't even know the basics. Ozien or whatever. You don't know the basics.
I said I already knew about relativity. It was the other things you were talking about.
You don't know about it. So the point is that I have to go tell you. I have to go teach you guys what I have to go teach you guys what you believe before we can even have the discussion. Because you guys misrepresent the model that you're claiming.
It's literally a straw man argument. You should debate the argument that we're presenting, debate against our argument.
So
represent your own argument.
So you're making up your own brand new model and you're not defending the globe Earth model.
You're not even refuting our arguments at all.
Dude, I could.
I'm
literally
defending
start
the reason
with
why.
your
I'm
arguments.
defending the reason why I believe the Earth is a globe. It's my argument. When you bring up things that Einstein says and other people say, like, that's not my argument. That should be your evidence to support your claim, and you could use it to refute my claim. That's fine.
Very
But it's
stupid.
my claim.
Yeah, let me teach
You
you.
can
something.
call it
That's some
stupid if
kind
you
of
want
weird
to, but
call-
that's based
some kind
upon
of weird call to authority. That's all that
Yeah,
is.
buddy. I didn't. First of all, don't try to use fallacies you don't understand. Okay, appeal to authority is if I say because this dude said it, it makes it true. The truth is, if you think the Earth's a globe that's tilted, wobbling, spinning, revolving around the sun in a vacuum, you have to believe relativity. Mass attracting mass doesn't work. Newtonian doesn't work. There's nothing else that can explain what we saw, like in Michelson-Morley, for example, except for relativity, which means if you're claiming to believe in the mainstream model that everyone was brainwashed with when they were like 5, you have to defend relativity. I'm teaching you your belief, showing you why it's wrong and how you don't know what it is.
Witsit, hold on.
What's the
You didn't
benefit
teach
for
anything.
All right, Witsit, let me make your point a lot quicker. Boys, how far is the sun from the Earth?
93 million miles approximately.
How far is the moon?
Changes during the
What
season.
about the moon?
Is it 230,000 miles approximately?
Yeah.
Vaughn, did you know that too?
Yep.
Okay, because a lot of globalists don't know.
Oh.
I don't know about you,
Okay, so let's move on, shall we?
So
Also,
I guess I
very
believe
good.
my
Any more
claim,
questions?
huh?
Also,
so let's move on.
That's the one thing you got
Next
correct.
question. The next question.
Oh.
Okay, so from
When I
broken
called
nose-
you a good
We're
guy,
not
when
talking about anything, John. So
I
let's go
called
to
you
the
a
next question.
a fellow human being, man, I was wrong.
I don't get it.
Go
You know what's
ahead.
let's
funny?
move on, shall
The difference from your team and our team is you guys talk slow. You think slow. You know, when you guys talk, Witsit and I are like, we already know what you're gonna say. We know all your arguments.
No,
so
we just
have
want to
sit
make
here and
sure.
actually.
We just want to make sure you understand the truth that we're telling you. Is all. We just want to make sure you
My-
actually
No.
hear. It.
Bro,
Are you saying my
because we
opening
care.
argument
All
was
right,
slow,
care
dude? I
about-
thought it
because
was.
we care.
Thought it was rapid fire in my opening. I thought.
right,
Maybe there was.
we got
I
more
don't know
questions.
about
We got more
rapid
questions.
fire.
Let's go ahead. Broken nose books for 220 Canadian. They say, what causes horizon? Eyesight or Earth curve?
That's great.
Nice. Earth curve.
Good luck with this one. This one you're wrong both ways. Watch out.
Horizon's an optical effect. So.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What,
I thought it was a curve of the
what-
Earth.
how
Oh
is
my
there?
god! So wait, how do we know we're having the same optical effect? What if I'm seeing a
How do
donut Earth,
boats?
bro?
How do boats not fall off the Earth then?
Bro.
What?
How do boats not fall off the Earth? What's the border?
Yeah.
to
Okay.
the
All
Earth?
right. All right. Hold on.
Walls?
Just hold on. Hold
Do
on.
you have a
Vaughn.
picture of the
Vaughn.
ice wall?
Vaughn. It's not an
Is
ice
not
wall. It's the
snow up
high.
there too.
It's not an ice wall, Vaughn.
Be right back.
Let me say it slowly for you, Vaughn. It's not an ice wall. It's the
Oh.
Google it highest shoreline on Earth, Antarctica. The one that you see on an azimuthal equidistant map, the same map that airplanes use for autopilot. Now the waters are held in by this highest shoreline. There's an Antarctic treaty, the only treaty that these nations who war with each other have agreed nobody can go to Antarctica. It's the most militarized zone. You can't fly over it. You can't fly over
Because it's
even the north.
You
uninhabitable.
can take a flight to Antarctica. You can take a ship to Antarctica.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
According to Admiral Byrd, the first person to discover and explore it, he said it's very rich in resources and minerals and soil, and that there's more land past this ice. The land the size of the U.S. Are you disagreeing with Admiral Byrd?
Yes.
Whoa.
All right, so let's move on, shall we? We got
What's
more
funny
questions.
is he
from
said that
Kroner.
on live television in front of a flat Earth map. You guys are getting cooked. You guys suck at this.
From Troll Nerd for $5, they say flat earthers, and I hope that Witsit gets back soon. Why does a nonstop flight from Auckland, New Zealand to Santiago, Chile, yes, it exists, take the same amount of time as New York City to Tel Aviv?
Is that for a flat Earth or?
That's for the flat earthers, yes.
Yeah, can you repeat that one?
Sure. Why does a nonstop flight from Auckland, New Zealand to Santiago, Chile take the same amount of time as a New York City to Tel Aviv flight?
Oh, I remember this one, but I forgot. But Witsit definitely has it. It doesn't mean
can
it's
ask again.
if I don't answer it. No, I know this question. It's asked a million times, and it's already been answered by so many flat earthers. But I forget it doesn't mean it's a globe because I forgot the answer. Witsit will destroy. I summon Witsit. Witsit, it's the Auckland flight question.
He is right there. It looks like you can maybe.
Witsit, it's the Auckland flight question. Do you remember the Auckland one?
Yeah. Whenever you fly in one direction and the other direction, it can change up to 3 to 4 hours, and then they catch jet streams, and all they do is measure their airspeed based on the static air pressure around the plane, and they've been clocked going over 800 miles per hour. So they catch jet streams, go super far, and distances in the south can't even be verified. So there's that.
What? The answer is just jet streams? That's it?
Yeah, like it catches jet streams and goes super fast, and it's not the right distance. The southern distances are not correct.
Actually, something I wonder for the
On a flat Earth map, correct.
Something I wonder
if Chile doesn't exist.
What? Nice straw man.
No, I was just asking. You know,
no, Chile. Just answer him. Chile don't exist, bro. And Chile gives you diarrhea. Yo, so my question is for the globe that's spinning. Could the airplane flying go faster if it was going with the curve of the Earth?
No.
Why?
Because it's carrying the momentum of the Earth and the atmosphere it's flying through.
But you said it was moving separate.
Yeah.
Why do you take all the bait, you dumb globies? We've done this a million times. Oh my God.
I've heard this argument before. It's like you don't.
But you're
get
contradicting yourself.
Wait,
I did not contradict myself.
Witsit, I don't want to embarrass him further, but what is
maybe you didn't understand? Like the blender example, you understood that? Like
what would be the answer? Would they be like 9 hours off on their flights?
You're traveling in the pancake mix, the batter, the blender is the Earth, and you go out, you're still maintaining the angular.
Do we have any maple syrup?
Speed when you go further away?
Ozien, pass the maple syrup with that argument.
You spin with the blender mixture. I mean, you can do that. Put freaking dye in there.
Oh my
spin around.
Okay, thank you for that.
Okay.
You guys, by the way, you guys are giving political answers. You know that?
I can give political answers.
You have to give political. You don't. We've answered everything directly. Like we're cutting through butter with you guys. You guys are answering everything in a circular, logic, political way because you guys are losing.
Oh, that's my nature, dude.
Let me ask the question, and Witsit will pretend to be you to make you guys look better. We're gonna change teams real quick.
Can we go to the next question?
Witsit, for that airplane question,
let's go to the next question,
going towards the curve, towards the rotation.
Question.
Would it be a 9 hour off? Like, would there be a huge hours off the flight?
Yeah, there will be a difference because the jet streams are guided by the alleged spin of the globe. And so if you go with the jet streams, then you'll be going faster.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for that, Ozien.
All right, let's go to the next question, shall we? From Tim Pryor for $20.
That too, but whatever.
Okay. That was a question for the flat earthers, so we should let them.
This is the most one-sided raffle stomping in internet history.
Okay, so from Tim Pryor for $20, they say, so Witsit is quoting people who didn't think that this is flat.
Yeah, bro, that's
technology
dumb,
not invented by flat earthers in science terminology, not from flat earthers, avoiding flat earth evidence like always. Congratulations.
Excuse me, the richest billionaires on earth all write in their Freemasonic literature that it's flat.
Conspiracy theory.
It's such a stupid idea, right? It's like you can't talk about anything anyone ever said unless you believe everything that they believe. That's the dumbest thing I've ever.
Yeah, exactly. If you bring up Einstein just for a hypothetical, apparently Einstein's your prophet now. It's like retarded. Also, Vaughn, you said something about religion is just
Tesla.
What?
I love Tesla. So
why? Why do you love that fucking idiot Elon?
Yeah, Tesla.
You mean
Nikolai Tesla?
Oh, he said that he actually said that
that's space. No, not space. That's correct.
He said he broke the speed of light. So you like Tesla? You believe?
I don't believe everything Tesla said, but I like Tesla. There you go. So that I'm agreeing with it.
Hold on. When Tesla talked about cosmic energy coming from zodiac alignments, meaning star power, solar power, but from stars, you don't buy that shit, right?
I'm supporting Witsit.
Like, have you ever?
I'm supporting Witsit. John,
yeah, he's making my point that even though he likes Tesla thought that the speed of light was bunk and that there was an ether, and he doesn't agree with those things because his religion doesn't allow it. So you don't have to believe everything someone else says. That's stupid.
What's an ether?
An electromagnetic background medium. It's a background medium that has substantive qualities that sustains the electromagnetic energy.
Yes, and the ether also holds the mental plane where you're losing this debate.
Mental plane.
It does. That's correct.
Are you Platonist?
Thought my mind was held in my brain.
Well, you make up your mind, not your brain.
Vaughn, let me get you. I'm assuming
A dualist.
Hold
I
on,
don't
Vaughn. Let me get you.
This
closer
is
to
off
Vaughn.
topic, by the way. Let's go back to the flat Earth
Wait,
questions.
yeah. But Vaughn earlier, it was like 40 minutes ago, said something about religions made to control people and blah blah blah, which is kind of funny to me because Albert Pike, 33-degree Freemason. Here's his quote: "We shall unleash nihilists and atheists."
I don't give a
Shut the
fiddler's
fuck up, bro. Shut the
about
fuck up.
Freemason.
We carried this stream, bro. You guys,
Let's have that debate.
We
All right,
carried
all
Let's
right,
have that
Hold on,
debate
guys.
later about
Let's move on to the next
Freemasonry.
We're
question.
talking
Let's move on to the next
conspiracy
question.
Yo, let me just read
All right,
a
I
quote.
saw a question that I
read a
couldn't
quote.
find.
May I read a quote?
Okay, you know what? Go ahead, real quick.
Albert Pike said, "We shall unleash the nihilists and atheists, and we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm in which all of its horrors will show clearly to the nations, people of different nationalities, the effects of absolute atheism, origin of savagery, of the most bloody turmoil." So these rulers who rule you, in their books, they also write that atheists are retards, which is funny. They're Luciferians, but they do believe in God.
I'm a
They
libertarian.
write that you're getting used. That the retard
Okay.
class, you guys
Let's
are getting
move on, shall we?
used. Okay.
Okay. West Flat Earth for $5. They say, Globers, are you capable of intellectual honesty? If so, how can you keep pretending there's nothing wrong with the heliocentric model?
There's problems with theory of relativity. Well, there may be problems with theory of relativity. Like we don't have any answer for quantum gravity.
How many genders are there? What do you guys think?
There's 8 billion people, so I don't care what people call themselves.
Can men
Another
get pregnant?
political answer. Look at you.
Can men get pregnant?
Can men get pregnant? People identify that men
Hey,
get pregnant.
is it true that flat earthers don't vax their kids?
No, we don't.
Is it true that
Huh?
we don't like make we don't
Is
like
it true that you don't vaccinate
Wait,
your children?
is it true that you guys stopped talking about the vaccine?
People like
after
you brought polio back.
All right.
Oh,
Anything to do
here we
with the
go,
heliocentric
Paul.
So
model?
thanks for that.
Anything to do with the heliocentric model?
Bro,
No?
the Atlantic.
Let's have that debate later.
Bro,
yeah.
This is a globe.
The
from
Guardian-
JPP
Because we have
3003.
been to space and
Wait,
seen things are
CNN.
spherical. That's why.
CNN,
That's
the Guardian, the Atlantic, they all had an amnesty and apologized for the
Can
COVID
you
stuff.
stay on topic, John?
He's the one that brought up the jab.
You brought it up, yeah.
Okay. Yes, please. Let's
Well,
stay on
he
topic.
brought
From
it first.
JPP 3030 for $5, they say, is it too early to nominate Zherka for top left 2024?
Good one.
Top leftist? Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Stupid.
From Tim Pryor for
Leftists
$5,
are
they
mentally
say,
ill.
seriously,
the
why
top.
do flat earthers? Okay, from Tim Pryor for $5, they say, seriously, why do flat earthers bring up NASA all the time? We don't. They know. They do know.
Because it's the
there's a
only
bunch of
thing
other
you
space
have.
agencies, right? You do know that there's a bunch of other space agencies, right?
Really? Like SpaceX?
Dude, I encourage everyone in the audience that heard that,
Yeah,
go
China.
look at like the other space agencies. Go look at Japanese footage and
Go
please,
Russian.
Please tell me you believe that's real, dude. It's
Yo, go look at the
stupidest thing.
moon landing in with the Japanese footage.
The
And you
moon
know what's
landing
funny?
that happened.
Also,
The moon
SpaceX is
landing that
government.
happened.
SpaceX is government subcontracted by NASA.
Yeah, and this dude just said that the Globers never bring up NASA. Dude, Von Zoom brought it up every time he opened his mouth, bro.
You guys are just
Without
conspiracy
NASA, hold on.
seriously.
Without without you guys wouldn't be able to argue.
Are the
You don't-
jet streams turning the frogs gay too? Like, is that
No,
how
no.
Oh my
no,
God!
that's
Can we stay on topic?
Atrazine. Atrazine is turning the frogs gay.
Yeah,
Shout out
yeah,
gay,
come on.
and shout out Gay Frog Gang. That's my Discord server. One in the chat if you're a part of our server. By the way, I promise you, this is the most ruthless one-sided debate that's ever happened in internet history. We answered each of your questions.
one-sided? Like you're talking.
You know what's sad? You know what's sad? Why I get
For
angry?
sure.
We answered your questions from 3 different angles.
You
Like, we
guys
gave you
haven't-
3 steps. You
Where's
guys give
the
us political
picture?
answers.
You make
I
these
asked you
claims.
I asked that.
you say
Bro, I asked that
exists.
dude
Okay,
how many.
guys, guys,
I asked
guys.
that dude how many genders. Hey,
All right,
hey,
where's
man,
the
get
map?
you, man,
Enough,
get you,
enough,
man, get you,
enough.
man,
Okay.
get you.
Earth picture.
Mute everybody. Okay.
I
Wow.
asked him how many
Tim
genders
Pryor.
there are, and he said, "I don't care."
Okay.
That was
okay.
me.
From Tim Pryor for $5, they say, seriously? No, I already asked that one. From Tim Pryor for $20, they say, so, damn. Okay, already got that one too. From Dan the Waterman for $2, they say, flat earthers make me think. So you got a fan out there, guys. From Cornelius G is a new member of the Extra Juicy Club, so thank you so much, Cornelius. And then from Cowabunga Joe for £10, they say, question to all. If the North Hemisphere is 3 million miles closer to the sun during wintertime, Do you know of an actual experiment where a heat source brought 3 to 4% closer to a ball gets colder because of tilt?
What the fuck?
It's also the angle.
I don't know, so it has to be a globe.
What did you
What the
was
fuck kind of question is this?
Let me read it again. If the northern hemisphere is 3 million miles closer to the sun during wintertime, do you know of an actual experiment where a heat source brought 3 to 4% closer to a ball gets colder because of tilt?
That's a question for the ballers.
Yeah, it's because it's tilted away, so it has more atmosphere to go through, and it's also heating up the atmosphere. You also have more sunlight or less sunlight in the winter than you do for during the summer, so less overall heat during the day. It's like,
Why do you have less light if the sun is closer?
you because the Earth is rotating on a tilt. Like, come on, dude.
Dude,
You know the answer.
Wait, if the Earth
You
is
just want to hear me answer.
Wait. If the Earth is rotating on a tilt, how the fuck can you have a 24-hour day where the sun never drops under the horizon?
Like, the sun is always the Earth is always facing the sun at any time during the day. So
just say they say the most basic like 5-year-old answers. Like if you're claiming it's tilted, then that means you have to claim it wobbles. So how did you measure the wobble?
I didn't do the testing or the measurement.
Do you believe in a wobble?
I think it has to do with how we look at the stars and we see the angular change in the
bro. You believe that
Earth
Earth is wobbling, bro? Like it's drunk or something?
Not like it's drunk. No,
that's
false
weird,
analogy. Is that a false analogy, fallacy?
All right.
Is that a false?
You just believe in stuff. I got you.
False analogy.
Weird. Wait, I got one
funny
question.
is you can actually.
I believe in a lot of stuff, Witsit. I believe in something. Just
I know.
I accept the claim is true. That's all that means.
Anything but God and morals. Hey,
wait.
I believe it. No, I'm an objective.
I
believe in moral realism, Witsit. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, you know where I get confused is like in our kind of like yin and yang model, an eclipse would make perfect sense if the moon and sun are relatively the same size. But in your model, the sun is 93 million miles away and perfectly eclipses with the moon.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Seems
you buy into that?
Yeah, we see it. We can observe it.
Do you think it's just a coincidence that it's 400 times further away than the moon and exactly 400 times bigger, so they look
Goldilocks, bro? That's the Goldilocks zone, right?
So you believe God placed the sun and the moon in those locations to get that effect?
So you think God did it and it wouldn't be explained unless God did it?
So you believe space exists and suns exist and the moon exists and
okay,
Earth
you
exists.
just say weird stuff. I want to ask you guys a question.
All right,
do you guys think that NASA is the only part?
John seems to believe that God put it there. So
bruh, chill. Do you guys think that NASA is the only part of the government that doesn't lie?
That's brilliant. I'm stealing that one.
No, people lie. People don't always intentionally lie, though. Some people.
What about that? You know,
make
that
false claims unintentionally, but I wouldn't call that being a dishonest actor. I would just call that a.
What about that government agent that was molesting children on that island? The Epstein guy. He knew a bunch of astronauts at NASA. Like they're in bed together.
Dead guy now. Good. Okay.
So let's go to the next question, guys. From Tim Pryor for $5, they say, I've seen DJs put people on the radio without picking up a phone, even though the people were calling from a phone. Magic.
What?
Wow, good one.
97% of Earth Wi-Fi is done through triangulation, grid systems, and weather balloons and underground sea cables.
Talking about GPS.
Satellites, Google satellites, 90% CGI, computer-generated images.
You're not talking about Wi-Fi. You're talking about your location. Just
okay, look. GPS proves the Earth's a ball.
What?
Can you guys debunk Mickelson Morley?
No, he didn't know what it was.
Mickelson Morley debunked the movement of the Earth in
you don't
relationship
have to
the ether.
You don't actually have
because there's no ether.
You don't actually have to know who he is. Because just like when the astronauts went through the Van Allen radiation belts, they were apparently safe because they didn't know they existed back then.
You can watch that debate tomorrow. I have that totally refuted and explained.
Yo, buddy.
Tomorrow night, 8 p.m.
Oh, you're going to debunk the Van Allen radiation belts?
No, I'm going to explain how we went through them.
Oh,
hey, when you said there's no
please tell me there's holes.
How do you explain that there's electromagnetic energy in a vacuum and that it has free space impedance?
It's a wave.
What's a wave?
Electromagnetic energy.
Well, why is it in a vacuum?
It takes waves travel through vacuums.
Why is there impedance in the vacuum?
Why is there impedance in? Oh, why are you saying there's a voltage differential in the vacuum due to the
free space
charge of the
impedance.
particles? Because there's protons and electrons.
Where does the energy come from? Outside the vacuum?
Cosmic waves come in and sweep in electrons and protons and neutrinos and stuff that get collected in the Van Allen belt. So
Okay, just so you know, your religion
know
says something called the Higgs boson field, and that everything that's called an electron, photon, all that stuff comes from the background excitations. So they're emitting as an ether. That's why it doesn't work with relativity. You're lost.
Did you know?
Everything's reducible to bosons and what's the other particle? Yes, I agree that.
Yo, did you know? I don't like to bring religion because I don't think flat earthers need to talk about religion to win a debate. But the building blocks of life, atom, atoms, they actually come from Adam, like Adam and Eve. Isn't that crazy?
I don't believe the building blocks of life are atoms.
I'm kidding. We're not doing religion. We are not doing religion.
Right, so
we'll be atheists for this.
From Tim Pryor for $5, they say, are flat earthers ever going to hold themselves to the same standard of evidence they want from us? Nope. Looks good. Looks like good enough for me.
What a fucking idiot. We have weather balloons with GoPros. You guys have sticks in the ground. Shut the fuck up.
Dude, this is what's so funny, right? We want actual verifiable empirical evidence that the earth is curving. Like, give me physical measurement of curvature that's empirical and doesn't just hijack perspective. And we do that. We do that for everything on the earth to build all engineering projects, bridges, railways, everything, dude. We assume the earth's flat. To fly planes, we assume the earth's flat stationary. We send mirror flashes, direct line of sight across bodies of water, long distance infrared images, radio waves, microwaves. Everything we do is empirical, testable, and debunks the globe. The globe is just a bunch of, what if this was real? Trust me, I promise it's an illusion that it's flat. So that's pretty ironic.
You know how I know it's flat?
I've done those. I presented my evidence for my tests in other debates, so I just chose not to do it in this one.
That's
and it's bosons and fermions, by the way.
You know how I know the earth is...
I don't retread the same arguments over and over again with it. So
I just presented a new one I've never presented before.
I appreciated it. Actually.
And you just ran away from it.
I didn't run away from it.
You know how I know the earth is flat? Is a 5-year full-time bouncer retard like me is destroying you guys. Like the truth defends itself, dude.
Dude, if you had to claim you've won, you've already lost.
Do you actually think you won
this? You in the chat if Witsit and Zherka won this.
No, I believe I won because I participated.
Oh
Thank you for
wow. Do your participation trophy?
I got it. It's right here. It's called Aquafina trophies.
You got to get your stuff together, bro. Come on.
All right. Okay. Let's go to the next question from Tim Pryor once again for $5. They say formula for buoyancy has gravity in it, not very bright.
Okay, it has little g in it. If you were bright, you would have paid attention to the presentation and not spent money to say that out loud in front of everyone when they can see the presentation, which is little g is just downward acceleration. You can solve for that using a kinematic equation that has nothing to do with gravity. Just because it's called gravity, little g, doesn't mean anything. That's the effect. Okay, you're claiming gravity is the cause of the reason things fall down. So the fact that we can measure things falling down doesn't prove anything. You need to provide evidence for the cause. Buoyancy factors in downward acceleration, which is intrinsically electrostatic. Thanks for playing.
Jeez.
All right. From Tim Pryor once again for $5, they say, name one piece of technology you're using invented by a flat earther.
Let's see
who's embarrassed.
The wheel.
Oh, the airplane.
The Spherical cycle.
Airplane.
The way that we
you know what's funny is it's literally called airplane, like a motionless plane.
Literally the way we mapped out all the eclipses with the Spherical cycle. Everything. Like
okay. Wait, can you name one
where light like loops around magically? Is that the one you're talking about?
Good one. No, you don't even know. Hey, can you name one thing that was that required the globe spinning model to actually invent?
You guys are drowning, dude.
Just name one.
It comes in from Justin for $10. They say this has to be the worst panel I've ever seen on both sides. It's like watching 8-year-olds argue.
Cry, Justin, cry. Hey, yo, one in the chat if Justin's a little bitch.
I appreciate Justin. I'm an 8-year-old.
Oh my god.
All right. From Tim Pryor for $5. They say rule number 1 of the Flat Earth Club: always bring up the globe and never the flat Earth.
What I literally mentioned how we shoot horizontal microwaves.
I literally started the debate with the azimuthal equidistant map.
We literally talked about how the Earth is measurably a plane and that there's empirical evidence that the Earth's a plane. Everything has to treat the Earth like a stationary plane. That's called positive evidence for the Earth being a plane.
You know, we started this debate with them conceding to the fact that airplanes, military, everyone uses flat Earth maps.
Use them as an approximation, yeah, because it's like they lay them out flat.
So why are they changing?
Their displays are flat, like in their cockpits.
But why are
they
they
have to use
changing the
flat
size
displays?
of So
but
why
they have
they...
to. But they're local maps for the region they're in. They're not global maps. They have to.
Okay,
reload.
can you explain? I'm actually curious, right? Because I believe I know it's a flat Earth instrument. Where's the South Pole on a compass?
Where's the south? A compass doesn't point towards the South Pole.
But you guys explained it that the poles are changing, right?
I didn't make that argument, but there are
Are they?
hypotheses that the magnetic north will change.
Would you agree? So you're telling me you can't find south if I handed you a compass?
Yeah, I go the opposite direction the compass is facing, and it goes
exactly.
I go magnetic south.
Yes. So you agree it only points to magnetic north, just like flat earthers.
Yes, I agree.
Hey, do you have to hold the compass horizontal to use it?
Yeah, horizontal, which means level with the
horizontal
curve.
doesn't mean level with a curve. Horizontal means horizontal.
All right, guys. We
wait. One last question. Wait. One last question. One last question. Does water always seek its level, or has it ever stuck to a ball?
That was in my opening argument. So
I wonder. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, so water will stick to a ball with the.
But only on the ISS, right? Never on Earth.
Not even on the ISS.
Yeah. Well, they got the chroma key.
Water is really thin compared to the Earth.
So water always seeks its level, right?
All right. Wait. We have lots of questions left. I think. Witsit, do you have to get out of here at 9?
Yeah, I mean, I can go a little over because the astronomer.
A little bit over, but we still have lots of questions. So from now on, I really want to try to focus up and get only
stay,
the person
bury them. Let's go
answer.
viral. Stay and bury them. These are Satanists. We have to bury them.
So let's go ahead with Tim Pryor's next question. I'm sorry, no, from Voodoo Doll for 100 Norwegian krone. They ask, how would ancient civilizations such as Mesoamericans or Germanics be able to travel or build structures using polarimetric? I'm sorry, I don't know this word. Polarimetric navigation and measurement. How would this function on a flat model? Let me read that again.
Saying they build structures to point at the stars?
Polarimetric would mean something to do with the poles. No one in the ancient world did anything with the South Pole. So that's just a goofy question.
They didn't know it existed.
So then his question's dumb, huh?
Well, he's a good person for super chatting and contributing money to the modern day debate.
No, okay.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
Thank you so much, Voodoo Doll.
I don't understand the question with it. Yeah, it's
doesn't make sense.
Do you guys also believe that the third tower on 9/11 magically fell down in New York?
Yes, I believe somebody cast a spell and it collapsed.
From Logical Red for $2, they say Mr. Sensible didn't use a fisheye camera.
Okay, but even his camera has imposes curvature on the lens.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, it's just some dude. They sent up a balloon, and they act like the lens doesn't curve things somehow.
How high did it go?
I don't remember. Like around 100,000.
Okay.
But it only changes once the balloon tilts down. Like, you know, you could take a GoPro and look at a skywalk, like a sidewalk, and make it look curved as you flip it up and down. Yeah, that's all they did. They don't like to talk about when it looks flat when it's level.
I mean, the argument kind of ended with that Red Bull jump,
which is goofy.
Okay, so from John C. Alicia, I think, for $5, they say flat earthers who use GPS for navigation are a bunch of hypocrites.
No, dude, you don't even. If you don't understand that the Earth can be flat and then they could create a GPS system, turning it into a ball, then you don't understand like basic math. He disagrees. You don't understand.
And wait, didn't they also was it Neil deGrasse Tyson? And they said that a lot of the math and science with the globe and the flat Earth kind of they align perfectly. Is that true?
All right, from Mark Reed for
what? Nobody answered that. What the fuck?
I said no.
Answer it.
For Witsit, there is a friction with the upper. I'm sorry. There is a friction with the other air, but not this non-existent container. That's why the atmosphere can easily spin, unlike a blender.
first of all, what's funny is he was trying to say it does like the blender and eventually catches up, but it can't look, it can spin, right? Say it's moving with the same angular rotation, angular momentum. It's going to be slowly behind the Earth unless there's an additional energy source being introduced to the air to make it go faster and faster the higher you go so that it can all move together. This is very basic stuff.
All right, next question from Tim Pryor for $10. They say, no field of science agrees with you. Stop bringing it up. I love how Witsit thinks science is on his side. Nothing from science has ever came from a flat earther, so stop using it.
Really? So tell me the curvature calculation science.
Yeah, what are you talking? Like quantum mechanics dunks on the heliocentric model every day. It doesn't work at all. What about fluid mechanics, fluid statics, like fluid dynamics? What about like everything being intrinsically electrostatic, everything being electric? What about a downward electric current on the Earth? Like, what are you talking about? Science does nothing but just like alley-oop.
Are we going to pretend? Is there any science to lobbing cruise missiles? Because that uses geocentric flat Earth maps.
You're the one pretending we didn't go to the moon.
Oh my God, that's always God, bro. That's bad.
No, you're the guy. You're the guys pushing like this delusional shit.
I swear we need stronger rivals next time to modern day debate, because even Globers don't believe in the moon landing. You have to be really stupid to be. You guys
are arguing for shit people believe 4,000 years ago.
Dude, no, it's not even the official claim. It's 2,000. You don't know why. You just are saying things. It's like a
so
robot.
Let's move on, shall we? From Medicus Minnow for $10. They say, keep John on. He makes the show entertaining. So you got a fan out there, John. From BK Rich for $5. They say, how do people in Australia, South Africa, and South America all see the same southern stars when they're on the other sides of the
I remember
pizza map?
Oh, I remember this. Yo, what was it?
Witsit,
what was the answer?
They don't see them all at the same place. They're slightly different. It'll be like southwest, south, a little bit southwest, south, and then southwest, and then higher up southwest, based on those three locations. And you can show it all perfectly within an azimuthal grid of vision, which can be mapped out and seen and perfectly predicted by a plane Earth. That everyone has this little like dome of vision, basically. If you look south, then you're going to see the same exact stars with different positions as it rotates over top of you. It's all perfectly mapped out and predicted within that model. That by the way, thanks Walter for the model. I started bringing attention to it in the debates, and they took the whole website down because they're freaking out. It's hilarious. So anyway, yeah, it's pretty simple. You have a dome of vision. It curves visual space.
Because you have to make up how light works to make.
No, it's not about light actually physically bending. It's about how it appears to be in a different position based on optics. You guys still don't even understand the argument.
Wait,
but every individual person has a different reality, I guess.
That's how it works.
You're literally shitting on him because he's saying it's slightly different visually and optically, but you said you can't even see the fucking horizon.
I don't think John understands it. So.
You literally said you can't see the fucking horizon.
Let's move on. We must move on. From Broken Nose Books for $5.50 Canadian, they say to GE, what causes the apparent junction of the sky and ground? Question mark. Earth curvature or eyesight? B, gentle Witsit, optical illusions are real, comma, not.
I think this was a question for Flat Earth or something.
No, it's for them.
Global Earther, I believe.
Yeah.
Global GE. Optical. What causes the apparent junction of the sky and the ground? Earth curvature or eyesight?
I thought I answered that. Like,
just answer it.
Do it again.
Earth curvature.
It's an optical effect that we see for the horizon. Yeah.
What about clouds? Is that not? Are clouds also an optical effect?
No, clouds exist.
Right.
So wait, it's eyesight?
The horizon is an optical effect that we.
So it's eyesight.
Yes. Yeah, our eyes drop down towards the horizon, like we look.
Oh, so it's optical. So it's not the Earth curve. It's just optical.
Dude, I can make a better argument.
You can measure the Earth curve if you get to, I think it was 35,000 feet.
Whoa! You can measure the Earth curve with optics, even though you said the horizon.
Not your visual, not with our eyes.
It's so goofy.
With other, with precision optical devices, yes.
Okay, from Tim Pryor for $5, they say, of course, it's easy to become a flat earther because you expect no evidence like you do from us.
No, I've already dunked on that. It's stupid, dude. We have all the empirical evidence in the world, the globe claims, that you just like pretend the Earth is flat and stationary for everything.
Actually, no, I agree with that. It is easy to be a flat earther. It's fucking flat. Like, bro, it's too obvious.
All right, let's let everybody know that I know that Witsit said he would stay past 9, and we are at that moment now. So I don't know how much longer he'll have, but if you ask questions for him and they're not answered, I'm so sorry. And we do have a lot of super chats left in the queue already, so you might want to consider not sending any more super chats at this time. We do.
Oh, yo, did you see that? It's Werner von Braun's tombstone in the chat, and it's talking about the firmament.
Yep.
Okay.
Isn't that the rocket guy?
Yeah.
From Tim Pryor for $5, once again, they say, stop using NASA technology if they are liars.
Like what?
Like
what are we
what?
using from NASA?
Like what? They
What?
supposedly created the ballpoint pen. Turns out they didn't. Like, what did they create?
And most of NASA's technology, what do they have? Like a patent on? What do they have? What do we use?
Like basically nothing. Everything they claim that they invented, they actually stole. It was already invented.
I guess we can't use helium balloons since they're obsessed with that.
You know what's goofy, dude? Think about this. We paid them like since 1958, accounting for inflation, $1.8 trillion, and then they invent something, sell the patent to another company, and then we have to go pay to use it. When we
Wait, Witsit, are you as an American not happy of spending $100 million a day for Photoshop images of Mars rover?
No, I'm not very happy about it.
Dude, they're fucking sick, bro. You know what's funny though? I like the government propaganda, the high budget stuff like Interstellar. Like, why can't NASA give us Interstellar level?
I know, bro. At
I would
least
like
do
that. I would enjoy that more.
The next question comes in from Kango44 for $11 New Zealand. They say, flat earthers, please explain the sunset. Please don't say it keeps its angular size because of some optic effect. Otherwise, planes would stay the same size.
It's literally perspective. Literally perspective. And what did they say? There's an illusion with was it dander and pollution and shit like that?
Yeah, it's just perspective. Like everyone can see that things drop. You can imitate the sunset like a million different ways.
Like think of train tracks going into a point. The train tracks aren't getting fucking smaller. They're going into that point. They're leaving that vanishing point.
How is it 2023 and people keep on acting like the sunset doesn't work on flat? That's so weird. You guys are making more flat earthers. If you really think the Earth's a ball, the way you guys act like makes flat earthers anyway. Like you can use magnification and show it look like the horizon's dropping below the horizon, even though it's up above.
No, but their one strong argument is when there's a big sun that doesn't get smaller on the sun setting. Usually it does, but sometimes you can have a big sun on the horizon. That's a good argument they have.
Well, we have a limit to our perspective, so since it's further away, it's not going to change angular size for you because you can only see so far. So it can be perfectly mapped on the flat Earth. It actually works perfect. But
oh, really?
Okay. Next question from Joshua Grimes for $10. They say, if getting into space is real, with the thousands of satellites in orbit, how is it that none of them have not crashed into each other? They would all need to They would all need their own form of propulsion.
No, I find it even more like, how do you change directions in a vacuum with a rocket?
I think that was for the Globers, but
yeah, that's nothing for the Globers.
Yeah, that was for the Globers. Pretty much, he's shitting on you that no.
So I believe that. So can I answer, John, or are you just going to answer for me? Feel free. Go ahead.
Go magical space Wi-Fi. Go.
Okay, next. Can I answer now?
Go.
Please do.
Some satellites. Good, thank you. I believe some. I don't know how.
Is it a tinfoil?
I don't know how. I don't know how all the satellites, if they all have propulsion, if just some of them have their own internal propulsion, but they're calculated to be put in specific orbits where they don't have to be adjusted very often. Sometimes they send flights up, as far as I'm aware of, to adjust their orbits and stuff like that.
Wait.
They pick them up or they blow them up, and sometimes they do hit each other.
Okay, we're gonna move on. John. We're gonna move on. John, we're gonna move on. We got a whole bunch more questions from Kango44 for $11 New Zealand. They say, if Antarctica goes all around the quote unquote edge, why do you have to travel south to get there from, say, the UK?
What a weird question. What do you think south would be?
They don't get what south is. They don't get it.
It's weird, bro. And like, I'm not saying that's the edge of the earth. I think there's more land, bro.
Witsit, I've been doing this for years. I still don't know how to explain.
If you go west, how come you don't? Antarctica?
Dude, Witsit, the smart guy literally said at the bottom of the map for south.
I know, dude.
I don't get. How do you explain south on a? They don't get how a compass works.
It's weird, bro.
You're asked
South
about
would be
maps.
every which way, 4 points of south, every way away from magnetic north.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
think of an expanding vagina. You're going south.
Something you've never seen.
Okay. From Mouth Breather,
That's
$5.
right.
They
They're
say, can we go from Mouth Breather for $5? They say, can we go back to the fact that even if, and it's a really big if, 80% of moon rocks are from Earth, as Austin said, what about the 20% that are not?
Okay, I
So
was
hold on.
brought
If
that
if a drug dealer
that
is
up.
selling you, if a drug dealer is 80% of the time selling you bad blow, is he really giving you good cocaine ever? Like
Right.
it's
No,
obviously
but
all
he's
fake,
still
dude.
selling cocaine.
You get
Wait, this is
scammed
what's so
8
funny. This
times
is
out
so
of
funny.
10, and you're like
Still
waiting
blow.
on those two.
Yo, they had no idea about any of that, and I was just telling you the official
You,
story
like,
is
totally
80%
dodged
on the
the
Earth.
question,
But then that's
dude.
why I asked you, wait, how do you tell the difference in the ones from the Earth and not from the Earth? You would never know the answer because the answer is there is no difference. So they're identical, and if we find them on the Earth, that's just where they come from, bro. They come from the Earth.
Oh, right. From Teabaggins for $20, they say, Witsit schooling as usual. Excellent as usual. Zherka, you're a funny man, but you're embarrassing flat Earth folk. Calm down.
Are
Von
you
Zoom and
kidding? I
Ozien
just-
didn't
but
deserve the
that's-
way you acted and talked to
Tell
them.
that guy his mom's a whore. That guy's mom is a literal whore. One in the chat, if
I
that
think you
chatter's
just
mom is a
did.
whore.
His mom's
Sorry,
not a
didn't hear
whore. I'm sure he loves his mom, or maybe he doesn't. But
No, that chatter, go kill yourself.
Okay.
That's
From Justin for
inappropriate.
$5, they say, Witsit, tell us about the giants and the Nephilim. Where and when did they live? Did they believe in a flat Earth? How did they settle this dispute?
Stupid
there used to be
bait.
giants on
Stupid
the Earth.
bait. They're doing
You're-
bait.
Yeah, I know it's a bait, but I'm saying if you didn't know there were giants on the Earth, like you're just lost, bro.
Yeah.
Like you're just like overwhelming evidence. But I mean,
No,
please
but they
go back to
gotta.
the-
You guys believe in dinosaurs that were only found by white men as late as the 1700s,
Yeah.
and they're like $1 million a bone. They found one tooth and made you believe in dinosaurs. You guys
Let's
are
schedule that debate.
and yo,
then
they
on
updated the
dinosaurs.
DLC. Now dinosaurs are not lizards. Now they got feathers. Like you guys, this is a joke, man.
Yeah,
This
there are
is-
entire
Alright.
mounds that are discovered. There are huge skeletons. Go look at the all kinds of newspaper articles in the early 1900s. Like he said, before 1850, the Royal Society, dinosaurs weren't even a thing. They took the giant bones. Dude, look, truth's not for everyone. That's the truth. Some people just can't see it. They're lost in the sauce.
How many bones are in the Smithsonian Museum? Giant bones, plenty. But every single museum with dinosaurs, what they're made out of rat bones and resin.
giraffes
It's always
giants?
You guys go to museums.
Are
look at
giraffes
dinosaurs.
giants?
Every museum has replica bones. They don't have real bones.
Are you calling like things like giraffes giants and elephants giants?
I'm pretty sure they talk about
Weird.
humans.
talking about people, dude.
Okay,
Okay.
from
I
Kengo44
thought
for
so, too.
$11 New Zealand. Once again, thank you so much, Kengo, for fact for the flat earthers. The fact that you have a live video chat across a computer network debunks your position. Real
What?
people make real technologies that even stupid people get to use.
What, a grid and some underground sea
True
cables is
story.
bragging about?
Dude, imagine thinking that the internet somehow has anything to do with the Earth being a spinning globe when you build them in with assumed horizontal layers through the ocean. Everything sent out horizontal with horizontal
If-
propagation. What?
If all of us went to do cocaine together,
Why didn't the
and
sea
we went-
cables originally work? Why were they not transmitting?
Why aren't there sea
information
cables
quickly?
from south to south?
Why are underground sea cables black?
You know
Are they
why?
that's a little racially motivated. What a
Barry
stupid
Sauce
question.
did a video about it. I'd recommend
Hold on.
looking at that.
Hold
It's
on.
interesting.
Actually,
Just
you know
believe
what?
whatever you see that confirms your bias.
Wait, do you disagree that all Wi-Fi is done through triangulation towers and underground sea cables?
Yes.
Oh, because of weather balloons?
No. I have satellite. I've had satellite internet.
But all satellite dishes are pointed to the grid. It's fucking
They're pointed up towards the satellite.
You don't have
to the
satellite-
grid, to the triangulation towers. Get there faster, you fucking idiot. If you go
The
camping, you
pennant.
lose.
No. Oh, I debunked that in my last video on this topic. If you want to go back and watch that one. I
Okay,
recommend
yeah,
people
maybe
do.
I'll go back.
You
I'll
can
watch-
easily
We're
refute
We're
that.
already
Settle-
over, and we've got lots more questions
Love
left.
Hold on,
exists.
hold on.
Come
Hold on.
From-
we literally lose
No, we gotta go. We gotta
connection.
go. We gotta go. No, we gotta
When
go.
we
From
go
Mark Reed
camping,
for
we lose
$5 to
connection.
say
Gotta be
after
pointing
show on
satellite.
Mark Reed Atheism channel. Keep the debate going and discuss how the debate went. So, Mark, if you can send me that link, maybe I can put it in the description before we get out of here. From Mouth Breather for $5, they say, "Oh my God, Zherka just said Michelson Morley was one person."
Oh, here
Just
we
log
go.
off, my
Here we
guy.
go. Oh, I read this earlier. You got me. It's a globe.
Yeah, two people out.
Yes, you go
From
up near the
Jade
globe.
for
It's a
$20,
globe and
you say-
dinosaurs. I like the Velociraptor. Hey, what's your favorite dinosaur, guys?
Okay, from Jaden for $20, they say, Ozien, have you ever triangulated the position of a geostationary satellite? If so, doesn't that demonstrate space and orbits?
Yes, and I have, and I've done antenna. I do remote testing of 2 different substations, like 100 miles apart. It requires that we have line of sight to be at least 4 satellites in orbit to get correct GPS time, so we can synchronize the clocks in that, like a cycle, a pulse, not actually a clock, between those 2 locations, so we can come on quick enough to be able to test our equipment. Yeah.
Wow, you mean like the GPS satellite, quote unquote satellites that didn't work with relativity and had to bring Ra and Hatch in to fix the entire system, and they're really majority balloons, and then you have just electrogravitic propulsion.
We use relativity to do the calculations.
It didn't work. You had to bring in Ron Hatch. Everyone go look up. Everyone go look up. This guy's ignorant. Go look up "Escape from Einstein." Ron Hatch.
And that's my
Had
question.
to correct it. Oh, was it?
Sorry, I'm just getting the questions together.
I think they said
From
Ozien. Can you answer
Jaden.
this?
Oh, I'm sorry. I already did that one. From
Hold on, I'm still thinking
Tim
about
Pryor.
those. I'm still thinking about those 20% moon rocks, bro.
Okay, from Tim Pryor, he says for $5. Thank you, Tim. We can literally see space, you ding dongs.
Yeah, we don't deny space. We deny your Planet X and your CGI photos. When you zoom up to luminaries with a high-powered lens, they look nothing like the crystallized versions of NASA, where it's like you can plant your foot on it. You fucking kidding me? They look like stars. Actually, the word planet comes from the word wanderer, as in wandering star. That they just have a different orbit, but they're just fucking stars. You guys are retard, pagan, Moloch worshippers. Look at the Hillary Clinton emails. You guys probably fucking eat children.
You
From
guys
Kango 44 for
land
$11 New
is
Zealand.
in the sky. It's super goofy.
From
Also,
Kango
you know
44
my
for
favorite,
$11 New Zealand.
here's my favorite thing the Globies say. You guys say, well, if the moon is like a sphere, then the Earth has to be a sphere. That's like saying this light is a sphere, so that table has to be a sphere.
That was
That's
Von
gotta be the
Zoom's
most
claim
dumb
like
shit
2
I've ever-
hours ago. You just recalled
Okay.
it now. Like
It's like when you guys
Kango.
say.
Wow.
It's like when you guys
All right,
say.
John, that's enough. No more, John. From
Okay.
Kango 44 for $11 New Zealand, they say, Witsit, you mentioned fluid mechanics is some sort of proof of flat Earth. Could you please explain how the Navier-Stokes equation shows this?
Okay, so I didn't claim it was somehow proof of flat Earth. What I claimed was that according to fluid mechanics, then as you go higher in the atmosphere, you're going to have more energy to make the atmosphere go in lockstep, moving at the same rotational rate as the lower portions because it has a greater distance to travel. Speed.
A woman is in the kitchen.
Speed equals
That's
distance
where you
over time.
belong.
It's like nothing to do with speed equals distance over time. So if I'm going to go a greater distance in the same amount of time, it has to go in a greater speed, which means I have to have more energy to go in a greater speed, or that would violate the law of conservation of energy, which means you have to come up with a physical mechanism introducing energy to the atmosphere proportionate to altitude.
Got it. From Tim Pryor for $5, they say, the Michelson-Morley experiment has literally been shown to you on screen. You've been shown wrong, but still deny it.
Yeah, what a cool baseless assertion with no substantive specificity. I actually had to teach all the baller, anti-weirdo, anti-flat earthers about it. Michelson-Morley made them change all of physics and claim that it's going to always look like the Earth is stationary and geocentric and at the center, but it's just an illusion. That's what happened.
Witsit, as a Christian, would you tell somebody in the audience to go kill themselves? Just curious.
I would.
Of course you
As a
would.
good Christian, I would. The audience is evil. The audience is supporting Epstein and globalist
Yeah,
positions.
I've
like
lost
yours.
all respect
All
for
right,
you,
but
John.
if we get
Sorry.
this
Not
video
that I had
taken
any.
down,
Christ
John,
is
then
king
you
in the
won't
chat.
be-
Let's go.
Everything that
Hey,
you said will
I
be
left
for
ISIS.
nothing
We're
if this
cool. I
video
left
gets taken
ISIS.
down, John. You'll have wasted your whole time if this video gets taken down. This will just disappear.
I'm joking. I'm joking. We're talking about Minecraft.
But the algorithm
Don't-
doesn't care about you joking.
Hey, the algorithm. I'm talking about Minecraft. Don't ever harm yourself.
I know Whitson's
Okay.
probably a good Christian. He probably doesn't respect that. So I don't.
We only have a couple more questions, guys. I'm not grabbing any more questions out of the chat right now. Just a few more left, and then we'll be out of here. From Justin for $5, they say, Witsit, what's the difference between velocity and acceleration? Why do clocks still drift when accelerated different rates under your model?
Yeah, acceleration is change in velocity. And first of all, the whole like they change at different rates. Well, they use what's called atomic clocks, Hayden, caffeine, whatever they do. I forgot their names. Where they say that the cesium atoms have different oscillation rates, meaning that the little cesium atoms, they vibrate at different rates when they move, and they claim that means that not the electricity and electromagnetism is changing. Time is slowing down, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. So, because the way that we actually measure what we call time, which is conceptual, is all based on electromagnetism, which is affected with motion. Very simple stuff. Doesn't even match relativity's prediction. Ron Hatch had to fix it.
Excellent. From Clap Your Hands 8 for $4.99, they say, Witsit, you are claiming the globe model has flaws, but also claiming it was created using a flat Earth model. Which one is it?
Okay, yeah. So the way that you got latitude was treating the Earth like it's flat, taking distant or angle measurements to Polaris, and then getting latitudes. But yeah, you treat the Earth like it's flat, like a stationary plane in all situations, and then you just take that reality for like real life and you bend it into a presupposed ball. So yeah, the ball's wrong. It doesn't match reality, and it's been debunked. I don't understand what's so confusing.
All right. From M. Pryor for $10, they say, 8 billion people on the planet. I don't see anybody outside of my house right now or any other cars. Space is very big. This is why satellites don't crash.
That's exciting.
All right.
And then from T-Mart for $5, they say, how do you explain the phenomenon of parallax as observed by astronomers?
Okay, first of all, most of the parallax is just like goofy. It's not even real measurements. They're like, they can't even resolve below 1, 2, or 3 degrees, and then they say like they're measuring 0.1 millisecond or whatever they claim. But when I say degree, I meant arc seconds. Anyway, if the stuff in the sky is moving and then the stars move differently over time, the fact that stars move differently doesn't prove that the stars aren't moving and it's actually the Earth moving. That's really dumb. Your argument is, since the stars move, explain how it's not the stars moving. Like what?
I really wonder for you Globies, star trails never intersecting. You guys buy that shit?
Yeah, like it's so weird. They take all the evidence, like
What do you mean?
move, and they're like,
at each other?
Like you guys
show
are
me how it's
studying with
Isn't it
possible.
debate? Can we
What are
move
they
on
saying?
this
Stars
debate?
don't each other?
like
I just want to
for
point this out.
thousands of years they've been in the same fucking spot.
Like, think about this, right? So the parallax, the stars moving differently over time. This is what the globers are saying. If the stars are moving in the sky, can you explain how it could be the stars moving in the sky? Tell me how it could happen unless it's the stars actually aren't moving. It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
Witsit, you're way too good at this, bro. Holy shit.
Yeah,
All right.
time.
Last question from King Paimon. Not even a question. Well, I guess it is. The practitioner of satanic rituals. I'm sorry. They say for $10, can we ban John for breaking the terms of service?
For a joke? Fuck that
Yeah.
guy.
Okay.
I
He's talking
would.
about mine.
And let's see. Just want to check.
A bunch of snowflakes in this bitch ass chat.
Oh, okay. I got a couple more I missed. Sorry. From Tim Pryor for $5, they say try using a telescope and not a camera. But thanks for saying you don't deny space exists.
Even telescopes don't show anything like what they show at NASA, so it's awkward.
All right. And that's the last one.
You know what's funny?
All right, guys,
Just a
we're
quick
done.
footnote. The Vatican's largest telescope is called Lucifer.
Lucifer. And then they got kickback. They changed it to
And
Lucy.
and at what rate is the Earth spinning? I think
I have
it's like,
no respect for somebody who calls somebody's mother's a whore who donated money to this channel
Cry,
and
bro.
then tells them to
Hey,
go kill
hey,
themselves.
Hey, we don't
Such
need
a person
hey,
is a disgusting
hey,
person,
hey, we
and you
don't
have
need-
no
we don't
argument. All
need
you do is
weaklings
act like
like-
a little child.
we don't.
And I'm
yeah,
ready
hey,
to move
hey,
on from this
The
debate.
difference
since
is
this
You
I'm
got
on
destroyed. So
Hey,
now
we
you're
don't
virtue
need weak
signaling.
Yeah.
Christians, bro. We need crusaders. We need people like me. We don't need people like you.
Oh, I'd be on the other side of that war, dude.
All you're doing
All right.
now is virtue signaling because you know you got destroyed.
You're just spreading make
Yeah,
No,
you're crying.
that's about-
Hey, ban John because he won too hard.
No,
Witsit
that's
will
about
still
being
be
a
here
moral
destroying
person
you.
who
Witsit literally
respects
made
other
the
people's
arguments for you.
lives, who respects other human beings, unlike you.
Why would I respect human beings? They're literally born in an
Because you
evil,
don't,
satanic,
because
fallen
you're a
state.
piece of shit. So let's move on.
Like, think
I'm
about
done.
it.
So let's move on. We're gonna
All
get out of
you've
here, guys.
done is
That's
insult
enough. That's
people
enough.
this
All right.
entire
I'll-
debate,
dude,
I'm
John.
gonna
you
kick everybody
spend-
out.
Faulty as
Enough.
fuck.
All you've done is
I'm gonna
insult
kick
people this
everybody out.
entire debate.
All right.
Yeah, but you're friends with
I'm muting everybody. I'm unmuting you guys. We're gonna say goodbye. We're gonna end it all up. Okay.
I don't insult people except today. Sorry.
I understand.
Don't
let's all just say bye.
apologize. What the fuck?
Let's all just say bye. Say bye.
I love you guys. I want to
Bye-bye.
make out with all of you. You guys are great. And yes.
So
I'm not.
I want to tell everybody in the audience, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video. There's another debate tomorrow that Ozien is going to be a part of. So tune in for that if you'd like to see that. Thank you to the moderators in the chat for trying to keep it civil. Thank you to James for this platform, and everybody in the audience who sent in super chats and elevated the conversation. Thank you all so much. And to the debaters who are the lifeblood of this show, thank you all very, very much. And so like it if you loved it, share it if you want to spread it, and subscribe. We have many more debates coming your way you don't want to miss, and keep sifting out the reasonable from the unreasonable. Have a great night.
Peace.